NPC Demo Crazy! Give it up! Give it up! As always, we are here to determine our next galactic government. And I know all of you are really thrilled after last year's showdown between Lawful Evil and Baby Genius. As with every star rival, your votes directly contribute to your representatives in our Galactic Council. So, who do we have in our lineup? Yes! It is the Nudists. Don't be fooled by them. Last year's experimental piece, Silent, was hotly debated. Is nothing art? It's always something with Ergo Sum! We still haven't forgotten their performance at the 173rd Star Rivals, where they toppled 3 mining systems before they even left the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, they're hoping to reclaim that former glory. Lawful Evil has promised us a new and even more exciting VR improv experience. We still aren't over our favorite NPC dying, and now with their latest triple star game, can they carry on that magic with Black Hole Endless Suck? And everyone's favorite, everyone's most sparkly, everyone's best policy platform, Baby Genius! We know you love to hate them and hate to love them, but we know that they have an exciting performance for you, and this year they've merged with the Performance Group Aesthetic, TM, so we're excited to see what they bring out. As always with Star Rivals, you can expect excitement, drama, swords, lesbians, and everything in between. So, buckle in, get ready to vote for our new Galactic Government! And remember, only you can make it demo crazy. Hi everyone, and welcome to this special one-shot episode of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. We've all been really excited to do this, me especially. I've made a trailer for this, so I got really excited and really 80s about it, and then I forgot that I was painting green on my face, so we're just gonna run with it. Welcome, and aliens! As always, I am Spectre, and I'm really excited to do this, and we're going to go around, let everybody introduce themselves, introduce their characters, and any projects they want to promo, because we love our players on this stream. So we're going to go around, and we're going to start with Ivy.
Hello, I am Raven on Discord, I am the Ivy Raven on Twitch, and I am Ivy Raven on Twitter. Sorry. Yes, I am extra with my naming. I am playing Janelle Whitelight, the Seeker. She is kind of dressed like I am right now. It's very like old-fashioned-y, kind of like you don't know what you're doing, so you kind of grab some stuff. And I can't remember what else I was supposed to say about my character. But if you want to follow me, I highly recommend following my Twitter @_Ivy Raven, and I always keep up to date with what I am doing and where you can find me.
Awesome. And she will be playing as part of my faction, the Nudists.
That's right. I forgot that part. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm already messing up.
John.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, my name is John. I am playing a character named Ward, the devoted, part of Ergo Sum, Viva la Revolution. You can find me IRL, mostly these days on TikTok as the History Wizard, where I just hit 100,000 followers. Hooray. You can also find the 2 books that I wrote on Amazon. They're called Representations of Genocide in Cartoons and Representations of Genocide in Video Games. They do what they say on the tin. My Ward is based, just for simplicity's sake, me minus the beard and with 2 extra arms. Because I love the idea of a big, burly, 4-armed redhead.
Amazing.
This doesn't say anything about me personally and wanting 2 extra arms. It doesn't. Shush.
And MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. This is my husband. We live together. I'm a member of the Certain Point of View Network, and today I'm going to be portraying Dare Notley, a spooky witch who's part of the Baby Genius faction. They are... Ooh, I'm stuck. They are a Stitch Witch with a knitted dragon companion that goes with them everywhere. If you would like to find out what I'm up to outside of this game, you can check out certainpov.com to check out any of my 4 podcasts, one of which I do with this one.
Corey.
Yes, so I'm Corey. I'm also known as Unconscious Celestial pretty much everywhere. I will be playing Maeve Stair. She is a nature witch. She has kind of modest clothing, greens, browns, stuff like that. She is part of the faction BB Genius as well. She also has a little mink that goes wherever she goes as well. Yeah.
And she's made of wood. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yes, she is also made of wood. So humanoid shape, but made of wood.
Awesome. Velvet.
Hello, Dark Greetings. I'm Velvet. I use fair pronouns. For this game, I'll be playing the artist formerly known as Event Horizon, who uses they/them pronouns. They are from the planet Glamazon and a member of the Nudist faction. That is Nudist as NOODIST. You filthy animals. They are a trickster, and they are dressed in this Harlequin outfit that's kind of has that, poker pattern to it. But their physique is that of Johnny Bravo, essentially.
I love them so much. And Norman.
I can't follow any of that. But yes, I'm Norman. You can find me mostly on Discord, rampaging on people's food channels with disturbing foods that I come across. I'm gonna be playing Charlie. My playbook's The Beast. My faction is Ergo Sum. I'm this glam rock star wrestler, so that's what you're gonna get from me.
I love that.
And so, this channel normally hosts Deep Magic, which is our Changeling the Dreaming actual play. So that will be back on January the 22nd. But in the meantime, we're going to get started, and I'm going to kick us off with a description of the 203rd Star Rival competition. This competition is held every 5 star sects. It is for a representative government of various different galactic fashions. The Nudists, who they sometimes argue are the Noodists, and if you stand around long enough, you will be caught up in that discussion for the next 300 years. They are Ergo Sum, group of revolutionaries who are here to make sure that we do not fall down the path of being too comfortable in ourselves. Lawful Evil, who, despite their name, are really quite good at tech, and last year's game, Black Hole, was very, very popular in this competition. And then Baby Genius, the group of creatives who tend to dominate every year at the Star Rivals. It is hosted by AC Demo Crazy, the former band leader of Baby Genius. It is hosted on a collection of starfish, not like fish that looks like the shape of a star, but fish that are from the stars, and their leader, Azhar. It creates a atmosphere around a arena of sorts, and it is currently filling in with people from across the galaxy ready to vote. It is also broadcast across the galaxy, and people at home can vote as well for their favorite factions. Every year, the performances themselves do tend to change people's minds, so the performances are very important despite whatever campaigning has gone on previously. Our heroes are arriving from their spaceship today to get prepped for the performance. They are all brand new performers to their various factions, and they have never been backstage at Star Rivals. So, when you arrive backstage, it is, for the lack of a better word, your traditional backstage. There are a bunch of things that clearly move things around, like ropes and pulleys, though I would say they're a lot more technological in this setting. There are a bunch of people running around doing a bunch of things that you're not really quite certain what they're doing, but they're very insistent that you should not be in their way.
Stage managers.
Exactly. There are racks of costumes. They are also all wearing the background color, which happens to be green here because y'all have the future version of green screen going on, so they do not want to be seen in any of your performances. You are granted dressing rooms because you are minor performers in your various factions. You are in group dressing rooms where everybody is running around and it's very noisy because y'all are theatrical people. So, what does everybody do upon arriving backstage?
I think that what Ward does when they arrive backstage is take a survey of everything, like a visual look around, make sure that they know like where the entrances and exits are, where the potential like hazards are if everything like breaks bad, if there's a fire or whatever. Just make sure that they know like how to get in and out, and make sure that other people can get in and out if it comes to just, you know, something going wrong, as something always goes wrong with during any kind of large scale performance.
Okay.
To follow suit, I would probably be like checking security, because that's basically like my big ass deal. Is that like, yeah, this big buff like cat woman is gonna check to see if there's like any shenanigans happening in the background.
Okay.
I will follow a similar path, but my my motives are entirely ulterior. I want to find where all the nooks and crannies are, so I can appropriately appear and disappear in dramatic fashion.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Dare is scoping out costumes,
Okay.
and just automatically straight to work on the clothes.
Okay. Corey and Raven?
Yeah. I am. So Maeve immediately, first of all, seeks out an area where there might be any sort of nature. So maybe a dome. I'm trying to think of the word now. Shoot. Like a greenhouse, if you will, and a water source as well for herself, just to make sure that they are, able to get that.
There are not a whole lot of green spaces in this area, given that it is a temporary space created by Spacefish. However, there are some greenery sections that are created for aesthetic purposes out in the arena area. So there's a couple of fountains, not particularly close to the actual like seating, because then everybody would have to go to the bathroom all the time. So like there are interior areas. There are some interesting plants. This year they've gone for a very purple and blue theme. So certain trees have some very beautiful purple branches and blue leaves. They're not something you're familiar with. They're not something from your planet, but they are clearly organic.
So Janelle is super uncomfortable being here, and so she's going to kind of be trying to like wander around, stay out of the way of people. And if she goes past any clothes racks that look like they have something that's maybe a little bit bulky, and maybe that no one will necessarily notice is missing, she might try and snatch one, like a bigger coat or like a shawl or something, kind of to add an extra layer of clothing to herself, so that she is hopefully less noticeable.
There are some extra clothes for the stagehands, actually. So if you grab some of those, you will be super unnoticeable, because stagehands are both busy and very important right now, and nobody bothers them.
Perfect. I will grab one of those like stagehand coats or whatever then. So.
Okay. As you are all getting acclimatized to the new setting, you see the various band leaders out in the middle of the stage behind the closed curtain right now, and they're clearly having some sort of powwow about order, about rehearsal, about who is most important, as most stage things eventually devolve into. The host, whom you are all familiar with, you have seen her many times on this event. Everybody knows her, is standing around laughing at them, smoking something that is blowing out purple bubbles. So she seems very unfazed by whatever's happening with them. Zandy seems really pissed off by it. Like, whatever is happening on stage, Zandy is angry. Zandy is, let me get my notes out here. And one of the ostrich-style aliens, she has a very large head space with her eyes on it. It seems to fit the shape of what you would expect a brain to look like. It is covered in glitter. She has some sort of feathery wig on. Her beak is out here squawking. She is very pretty according to galactic standards at this time, but she doesn't seem very comfortable in that. She is being calmed down by a face scaffolded by a bunch of machinery. You will recognize this as Zandora, the leader of the Nudists. Let's see. Git Christ Galaxium is also fairly angry, but not in the same overdramatic way that Zandy is. Their spinal cord keeps curling and uncurling over themselves as they get in and out of the argument. It's sort of snake-like, for those who are familiar with this. Also, they do have a certain amount of flesh, but it's all concentrated around where the digestive organs would be. And in the middle of this is one very small lady with one very small person with a bunch of tentacles, some of them with eyes on, some of them just holding on to stuff, wearing all green, who Dare would recognize as Hephaestia Oz, the stage manager. At some point, Zandy storms off and returns to her dressing room if nobody gets in the middle of this. And AC Demo Crazy laughs and goes off to another corner to start warming up.
Yeah, I see no reason to get involved.
Yeah, I don't. No, I just work here.
I'm here for the costumes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I am gonna like check in with Charlie at some point just to make sure that like we've compared notes on like what we've like observed backstage, because I know Charlie's work. It's maybe a little more violent than I'd prefer, but Charlie does good work.
While the two of you are standing there, Alistar Huxley, the leader of your band, comes up to you, and he looks exhausted by what just went down with everything on the stage. And they go, "Oh, good. Somebody's saying." They're so dramatic all the time.
They're philosophers and artists, boss. I don't know what you expected.
Alistar's a glitter carapace. They have a glitter carapace. They're sort of chibi looking, which is really odd for how much dad energy this being has.
I love it. I love my space dad.
Alistar is like, "I'm just glad to see you both. We're prepared. I know I've seen the vids of you guys practicing. Everything good.
Yeah.
Please tell me something's good. I need something to be good because I don't have enough dad jokes for this."
Do you need anything? $5?
Yeah, I mean everything's good on my end. Charlie, we all set?
Yeah, security's good. Our stuff is ready to rock.
Yeah, and roll.
God, I forgot this is gonna be my whole entire day, isn't it?
Alistar's like, "Look, at the end of this, hypothetically, we have a majority in the Galactic Council. I never feel confident in that, but we can try."
Hear me out. This could be the second thing we can do. We can take the majority through other means.
Alistar's like, "I feel like that disenfranchises a bunch of people, which is what we're not for. We're rebelling against those people who keep trying to consolidate power in places it shouldn't be."
And then at that moment, I'm just gonna like open up my jacket and just hold out a bag of cookies through bribery.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
The second thing we can do is we can take the votes by other means, and by other means is you just see me take out a bag of cookies through bribery.
Okay, you know what? I was worried. I was worried for a second because I thought you were going to, advocate for a hostile takeover, a coup d'etat, if you will. But I'm actually down for bribing with cookies. That's that's a moral gray I can get behind.
Alistar is like, "I have raised you both well.
Money, please."
How
I
about
have to fight the urge to literally say thanks, Dad, when Alistar says that, but I hold it in for now.
Alistar is like,
Oh no, I fully go like, "Daddy, thank you." Make it extra.
Alistar says, "Well, historically, in the third Star Rivals, we did execute the facsimile of a coup d'etat in the middle of Star Rivals to prove why coup d'etats are bad. It was some nudist shit, but it got the job done."
Well, all right then. I guess we have options.
Yeah, we do.
Admittedly, we did not seize the means of voting. We only seized Star Rivals.
Well,
Now, Alistair, I also have these brownies. They're special brownies that help people relax. Would you like to partake in some?
Alistar's like, "Yes, but make sure they don't ever go anywhere near the nudist dressing room because we will never see them again."
I can make no promises on that guaranteed entertainment that'll come across.
I can make a guarantee that they will not go anywhere near the nudists.
All right.
And Charlie's just gonna pop like, "No goddamn fun." All right.
Charlie, we're going to do a whole big fight later, okay?
Yes, but they can still be stoned and make it extra magical. It'd be great.
Alistar goes, "On a second thought, I didn't hear anything about this.
No, you didn't.
The insurance agents do actually hold me liable for things."
That's why we spring for the premium.
Janelle, while you are trying to be inconspicuous, Zandora, the all-gendered mechanical being that they are, sees you, knows it's you, comes over, looks at you with their mostly face, and goes, I see you found stage hand clothing.
I did. It fits. Yeah.
Sandora's like, well, I'm glad you're comfortable. That's the first thing we want in our band. However, you cannot wear that for the performance because no one will be able to see you, and I really think that this will be your year. I'm really proud that you got all the way out here. This is important.
I respectfully disagree. Maybe that's just it. Maybe people shouldn't see me. Like, that's the art.
Zandora's like, we did nothing last year. We can't do the same thing again, otherwise it becomes repetitive and not a discussion.
No, you're not doing something. There's something going on. There's just, I'm hidden, and that something.
Zandora's, you're gonna do great. And seriously, stay comfy like that. But I do want to introduce you because I have another new person here, and I want the two of you to meet. So it's gonna be great.
Okay.
Besides, you should have a buddy. Like, if you're uncomfortable, you know.
I am perfectly comfortable being inconspicuous right here, but I know you want me to like be uncomfortably comfortable, so I will try.
I just want you to take a couple steps out of that zone where like. And the first step of that is just meeting someone else. You can wear all of that and, not be in the way, I promise.
Oh, okay.
So Zandora will take you over to the artist formerly known as Event Horizon. And you probably will have heard of Event Horizon at some point. You didn't know what happened to them, but they are now standing in front of you, larger than life. And Zandora goes, the artist formerly known as Event Horizon, we have another new member. Also, I'm so glad you came out of retirement. It has been forever.
Ah, Zandora. I'm afraid I must correct your misconception. I was never officially retired, simply on hiatus.
Well, we're glad your hiatus of unnecessarily long length has ended. Anyways, I want to introduce you to a new member. Well, a new band member for this year. This is Janelle.
Ah, Janelle.
Hi.
Great to meet you. And Event Horizon will hold out their hand for a handshake.
Janelle will kind of like, okay. She'll shake hands.
Zandora goes, I can see this is going to go real well.
It's the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Exactly. Zandora,
At least someone's confident.
Zandora goes, this year's theme for us is all about becoming, about that moment of being who you are. There's an earth custom from, a creature of some kind. They're called butterflies. They go through this whole cocooning thing. I thought we could do that. There would be a discussion again. And we have a lot to live up to after last year.
I was hoping that we'd be hidden, so that's why, it's okay.
We definitely start hidden. Zandora goes, now, I have to go because Zandy is just going to go fall off the deep end, and she's probably crying in her dressing room. Why that girl thinks that she is not talented, I do not fucking know, but okay. And she floats off in her haze of gears and face.
A Haze of Gears and Face is the name of my next YA novel.
Please. I need to read that.
Sorry, real fast. I couldn't remember. Is the artist formerly known as Event Horizon, is it she, they, or is it they? Sorry, what?
They, them?
Okay, I was making sure. I couldn't remember. So
No, it's all good.
So, Maeve and Dare, you've just seen your band leader rush off in a huff of, hysterical glitter. Hephizia Oz comes up to Dare, goes, "Oh, good." And Giger is exhausted looking. I'm so glad that you're here, because I have like 17 new costume changes I need to do
Yay!
in an hour.
That's fun. All right, give me the list.
She hands you a list of mostly minor costume pinning stuff. There are a couple of new elements that need to be added to stuff. And she goes, "Anything you can do on this list will be helpful, dear."
I got it.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so glad Baby Genius brought you on board this year. I have seen your work. It's incredible. The vids of it are amazing. But I'm very tired. And when this is over, I hope I can vote for a nap.
I hope you can get a nap now. I'll go take care of this list.
Thank you. And she wanders off going, "Okay." But instantaneously, like 3 seconds after she finishes talking to you, someone else accosts them, and they're like, oh god, why?
I whisper to my knitted dragon, and my knitted dragon flies over to like flap their wings at them. Go away! Leave them alone!
She tosses a couple of tentacles up and keeps moving. Maeve, I'm guessing you were headed towards the dressing room, or are you still out on stage?
No. So I was heading back. I actually wanted to briefly check in, both with Zandy and Dare, but Dare first. So, but I kind of do it playfully in a way. So I get my mink to just go like, slink over to Dare and just kind of like surprise Dare in a way before I go in.
There is a mink that is trying to get your attention.
I'm probably friendly with Maeve and her mink by this point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I scoop the mink up and tickle them under their chin.
Happy mink noises. Happy mink
Yay!
noises. Your knitted dragon both likes this creature and doesn't like this creature because friend, but attention.
I figured that would be the case. I imagine that they're like two of our cats that chase each other around.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come in and I'm just like, I just kind of wordlessly just wave.
Hi, Maeve.
You look busy.
I just got a list of like 100 things I have to fix on costumes. Do you need anything?
I just wanted to check in, make sure that we're both well charged for the show.
I think it's gonna be okay.
Kind of nervous though.
Oh, but you'll do so great.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna go and check in on Zandy, I think.
That's smart. I'd go with you, but costumes don't fix themselves. Unless I'm standing nearby, then they might.
If you want to, because I know you have the ability to do this, you can roll your spirit to see how well the ambient spirits help you.
Oh, yeah.
Fix the costumes, and that'll be our first roll of the day.
Hooray!
Okay. So I roll 2d6 and I add my spirit, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I want to roll that one, and I want to roll that one. Ah! That didn't work out, because I don't know where the first one I rolled was. And I don't know where the second one went.
Second one went over there. Went behind.
I got it. So one roll was a 6.
Okay.
I'm just gonna re-roll. And the second roll was 2, so that's 8, 9.
Okay. So this is a mixed success. The spirits will help you get through this entire list, but they want something in exchange. And they want to be included in part of the costumes.
Okay. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay. So the costumes now have a literal life of their own.
Yes. They flap in the breeze when there is no breeze. They create beautiful silhouettes.
And as you are all standing around the various parts of this stage, the lights in the entire arena go out.
I didn't do that.
They stay out for a minute longer than is comfortable for it to be some sort of power surge, and then come back up again.
The second the lights go out, I reach out and I grab Charlie by the arm. And I turn to them and I say, what?
Was this part of the plan?
This was not part of the plan. The plan was to feed Nudist pop brownies.
Right, the brown. Right, yes, the
and the rest were just cookies.
Okay. Was like, did people start freaking out when the lights went out, or did everyone just sort of like freeze?
There was a minute of silence because nobody was expecting it, and when the lights come back on, that's when the freak out starts happening.
Murmur, murmur, whisper, whisper.
Because the second the freak outs start happening, that's when Ward is gonna like start moving it, like doing stuff and like trying to like figure out where the source of everything is. So I guess I'm gonna run for the power breaker, like where the fuse box would be, I guess.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do.
And because I'm pretty much there, I would end up, following suit.
Okay. There are a number of space electricians who are also running for the same thing.
Yep.
There are several power breakers around this arena here. It should be very difficult to turn everything off all at once.
Okay.
There's a scream from Zandy's dressing room and an angry fish noise coming from the arena itself.
Charlie, I'll take one, you take the other?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to head to the scream.
Okay. Entering Zandy's dressing room, you discover it in total disarray. All of her costumes are destroyed, all of her props are messed up, and she is sobbing hysterically.
I am going to, I don't want to I'm a relatively large, like, human-ish thing, so I don't want to just like walk right up to like a crying person, but I am going to like clear my throat from the doorway and ask, are you no, you're not okay. Clearly that's a dumb question. How can I help?
She turns to you with glitter streaking from her various eye sockets and she goes, "It's ruined. Someone's trying to ruin me."
Okay. Your costuming is ruined. Your act is ruined. The evening is ruined.
Yes.
Oh, all of it. Okay. Sandy is part of.
Yeah.
Sandy's part of your. Okay. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Who are you? Why are you in my?
Oh, sorry. My name is Ward. I heard screaming, so I ran towards the screaming because isn't that what people do?
Yes, but I was thinking, and it just turns into this bubbling, like squeaking noise continuously.
Oh, hey, listen, it's gonna be okay. take a few deep breaths. We'll do it together. And then they just start take like inhale, exhale, and then just doing that until hopefully they are calm enough to articulate and not just squeak at me, because I don't know what to do with squeaking.
As you call, actually, because there's a roll for this.
Would it be heart?
Yes, it is heart. It's emotional support.
Okay.
I set up the dice tray so you can roll into it if you wanted to use physical dice.
I'll just stick with the app. That is, and do I have anything that I can?
It's the dice plus your heart.
Yeah, no, I was just seeing if I had any like playbook moves, because I do have something that is part of emotional support, but it's a healing thing. I have lay on hands, but you would have said if she was physically hurt, I assume by now. So then it's an 8.
Okay, so they get to choose something to either give a +1 forward, gain insight, or remove a condition from them. And I'm going to have you gain insight on on her at this time.
Okay.
And she says, "It's all going wrong. Ever since I took over the band, somebody really wants me to fail, and all my stuff is ruined now. And they say that Lawful Evil is going to win this year. Like we have no chance. They say the game's going to be really, really good, and everybody's going to love AC Demo Crazy forever."
Okay. How much time is there before the show starts?
You're still just getting into like everybody's arriving.
Okay, so there's plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So presumably there would be time to fix Zandy's stuff.
Yeah. Probably Dare is standing behind Ward at this point, just kind of like waiting.
Listen. There's still plenty of time. Okay, we can fix all of this. I don't know if you want me helping because I'm from a separate faction, but there's someone behind me. Hi there.
Hi.
Who probably, just from her aesthetic, is probably more your speed of things. But so listen, I'm gonna leave her to do that because despite, and I hold up all 4 hands, I'm terrible at fixing things. I'm bad at it. So I'm going to go and try and find out what's going on with people wrecking your literal shop. And we're going to figure it out together. Okay?
She nods, but is still sort of crying.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's nothing I can do with crying.
And there's nothing you need to do with the crying. Go.
Yeah.
I
okay.
got it.
All right. Bye.
Maeve is also there because they were already
because we were standing
there.
near each other.
Yeah.
Zandy looks at Maeve and Derek goes, "I'm sorry. I'm trying. I just wanted to be such a good band leader, but I just saw all this when the lights came up again, and there was so much noise, and I was scared."
Dare kind of like whacks gently at Zandy's hands, like, "Stop that. It's going to be okay. We're here with you now."
Zandy,
Maeve is just scanning the room to see if there's any plants at all or like anything.
there are some sort of like rose type bouquet situation in here. Clearly Zandy has a bunch of fans, so there's that kind of plant arrangement in this.
But they're not alive, like they're cut already.
Yes, admittedly cut roses still are alive, they're just dying.
Violently.
Would I be able to talk to them?
Absolutely.
So I want to try Wild Friends.
Okay, I believe that's a spirit roll.
Okay. So what do I have to roll for that?
2d6 plus your spirit.
Okay, thanks.
That is a full success. So, when you speak to the plants, you find them scattered all over the ground. And what are you asking them? I'll give you 2 questions.
I just want to know if there was anybody else in the room other than Zandy when that happened.
They don't know names super well, but there was someone else in the room when the lights went out. They didn't. Second question, I'll give you some more useful insight on this going ahead. It's nobody they felt was strange.
Okay. So nobody that wouldn't have been there normally, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And okay. Would they be able to give a description at all, or just kind of
Too much glitter.
too much glitter? Okay. So that is a little bit helpful.
Yeah. While, of course, you would also have seen Alistar Huxley, and they are just a glitter carapace, so there's more than one thing on this stage that has glitter. What was I going to say? While Maeve is doing this, Zandy is continuing to talk to Dare, and Zandy's like, I was so afraid because they say this year that somebody's trying to rig the star rivals, and it's just so important that I do well. We've always done well. So much is riding on me.
We'll continue to do well. We'll figure it out.
I'm just afraid it's not creative enough. And I know we've all been working for like months on making it perfect. I know. It just, and Dare, as you speak to her, you realize that she's under the condition insecure.
Okay. Is there anything I can do about that?
So yes, you can do emotional support for her. If you succeed at it, it should be able to remove the condition.
Okay. Is emotional support a basic move?
It is a heart and spirit move, and yes, it is a basic move.
Okay, because with my eerie companion, it says to choose 2 basic moves, and the companion will grant me +1.
Okay.
But I couldn't find a list of basic moves.
Yeah, it took a minute for me to sort them out too. I had to write them out all myself in one
Would you
spot.
mind giving us all a rundown of them? Because I'm pretty
Sure.
sure I'm not the only one who doesn't know what they are.
So your basic moves are fight, defy disaster, entice, figure out a person, smitten, emotional support, and call on a toxic power. There is also a reactive one called stagger, but that's something that happens to you.
Okay. Okay, so in that case, my 2 basic moves are going to probably be emotional support as 1.
Okay?
And I think figure out, because I have a lot of things I have to do with figure out.
Okay.
And it just makes sense. Okay, let me just mark that down. Emotional support.
Most of the basic moves are conveniently listed in conditions as things that you can do to counteract them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You are correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I will roll emotional support,
Mm-hmm.
which is a heart roll. Is that
Heart
correct?
or spirit.
Heart or spirit. I have a +1 to spirit, so I'll do that. So that will be a +2 to the 2 dice that I roll.
Yep.
I'm not rolling you. You betrayed me. I'm going to roll my new pointy dice.
All right, with fire.
Let's see what we got. We got a 10 + 2, a 12.
That's a full success. And so
Full success.
they open up to you, and you can remove a condition on them.
Okay, so
No.
I'll remove that condition.
Right. And you can either have them open up or take a string on Zandy.
What would the benefit of taking a string on Zandy be?
So you could call on Zandy to do something for you. You could take a benefit for dealing with her if you got into a conflict with her at some point. It just gives you added bonuses to actions further down.
I will get them to open up instead.
Okay. Sandy goes, you know, I'm so glad you're here. Ephisia always says you're such a calming presence, and I know you've been working on our costumes, and it makes me feel a little bit better because, like, I know how hard you both are working for me, but it's been a long time, and I've been doing this a little while, and everybody loves AC Demo Crazy. Like, they love her, and I've never really been able to recapture that glory that she gave our group. And I feel like I'm letting everyone down. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I think that's because you're focusing too hard on what... I don't remember the character's name. Remind me their name again?
Who, the host?
The previous band leader.
AC Demo Crazy.
AC Demo Crazy. I think you're focusing too hard on what AC was and not focusing on what you bring to the table. You're a completely different person. You have a different style. You shouldn't try to be the same person.
You're right. I just, when stuff like this happens, it just makes it all worse,
I know. Stand up so I can fix your costume. Come on.
And she stands up, and I'm going to leave you guys in there so that we can go back outside to the other chaos going on out there.
Excellent.
So, everyone else who has returned to the main stage area sees a very tall, very angry fish lady come out of the audience and get through the curtains and onto the stage going, when I said we could have your little democracy experiment on my people, I didn't say they could get damaged. So, who am I killing?
I was going to take a deep breath. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to calm down because there's not going to be any killing. We're going to figure this out and we're going to get the show on the road.
She is angry. And she is going to encapsulate you in some sort of atmospheric bubble. You can attempt to resist her by defying disaster or fighting her. Or you could, of course, attempt to figure her out. Or there's a lot of options, but the bubble is coming, so the initial thing is you're going to have to avoid the bubble.
I think I'm gonna take like my my toothy sword that I got on my side with me at all times, and I'm gonna break that bubble.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
give me a fight. So this will either be your daring or grace. Your daring will be strength approximately, and your grace will be dexterity approximately.
Okay, so +1. That is a 9.
Okay, so what happens is you get to gain a string, inflict a condition, create an opportunity, take an object, or gain a position, but your opponent also gets to gain something in that time too.
I'm gonna gain a string.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that you managed to bat the first bubble away, but now her attention's entirely on you, and she has inflicted frightened on you.
So I'm frightened of her, really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I gain a string.
Yes.
Well, I'm just gonna write down as
Sorry.
Angry Fish Lady, because I don't know her name yet.
I have a question. Are these events me dealing with Zandy and Charlie making a fish very angry? Are they happening simultaneously?
Yes. So
Okay.
you will take a minute to get out into the middle.
Okay, that's fine. Because what I would do after leaving that room is go find Charlie. But if it's happening simultaneously, then there's nothing I can do to stop you from being stupid.
Event Horizon and Janelle, though, both of you can see what's happening here. At this point, Hafizia runs up to the fish lady and goes, Azhar, I promise we're going to figure out what happened. It probably was just some sort of glitch. You know we wouldn't back out on a contract with you. Azhar is like, I am here to look after the safety and well-being of my people. That's it. And this, I don't have to allow to happen at all.
I think at that moment I'm gonna start baring my teeth at this whole entire thing. Because while yes, I'm frightened, I'm also annoyed because now the attention is away from me, and it's like, no, if you're gonna start something, you're gonna fucking finish it. And like, hey, fish lady, you started something. And now I'm gonna finish it for you. And
for everyone else, if you want to, there is an ability to use your wit in this case to figure out that this is the literal creator of the airspace y'all are living in.
I know, but I'm going feral.
No, I get it. I'm just saying everyone else has an opportunity to figure out who this is.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that
I'd
opportunity.
Like to go for that as well.
I have a -1 to wit, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Oh, no, I'm there with you. But I feel like because I heard her name being said, I know it. I'm still gonna call her out of it though.
Oh yeah, you're frightened. You have a condition on you on top of that, so I get it.
I
that's
got a 4. I got a
Okay.
4, by the way.
You mark experience, and I'll hold on to that for a minute.
I rolled an 8 in total with my wits +2, so yeah.
Okay, you are aware who this is, but you aren't aware that she's controlling the oxygen that you're breathing.
Okay, but I know she's like the fish queen.
Yes.
Okay.
Velvet, did you roll as well?
I did. I got a 12.
Okay, you absolutely know that if we piss the fish lady off, we're all going to be hurtling through the void of space without any air to breathe.
This is gonna be the most shortest
I
shot
think
ever.
when this went down, I took to like the scaffolding or whatever the highest peaks were to, keep an eye on things. So once I figured this out, I would like to, as dramatically as possible, drop down and intervene.
Okay, absolutely. Let's see. I would go for Defy Disaster, actually, with this, and use, I think, probably your Grace or your Heart.
Okay,
you're trying to
I'll
do
go
it
for
with
Grace.
Style.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going. That's a 13.
Wow. Okay, so you drop down directly between Charlie and Azhar with this glorious, like, Puss in Boots level flourish. And Azhar...
There's rose petals. No one knows where they're coming from, but they're there.
Exactly. Azhar blinks and then stops and is like, wait. I'll be mad in a minute. I saw your performance. Your Event Horizon. Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Charlie just rolled her eyes. I'm like, oh god.
Azhar's like, okay, so I'm clearly... Actually, if you want to do an extra thing here, because
Sure.
she's a fan, you can roll an emotional support with either heart or spirit here.
Oh, perfect. I'm all about it. All right, that's not great, but it's enough. Spirit? Oh no, never mind.
Heart or spirit.
Nope, that's just a 6.
Okay, mark experience. You do not have the ability to remove her condition. So she's still angry. She goes, look, I don't have time for these distractions. When you cut the power, they're part of my ecosystem, and then my people get hurt. So what I want now, no distractions, no people trying to attack me, no people hurting my fish, is for somebody to find out what the fuck is going on, or I'm yeeting you all into space.
Am I there at this
Yes.
point? Okay. I would like to address the fish person who I do not know anything about because I rolled a 4, but I would like to say, you probably don't know who I am, and this probably doesn't mean much, but you have my personal guarantee that I will find out what has happened here, and I will make sure that all of your people are safe.
Yeah, go. I have a because to me this is one of those things where this is a mutual string causing thing to me. So I think while it's not perfect, we're going to use entice here.
Okay, and entice is a what-based skill?
Heart.
All right, I have a +1 to that. That's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I believe in the heart of the cards.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That was a 4.
See? This is why I do the physical dice.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll probably
The
start doing
apps
that from
don't
now on.
like me.
Well, I mark another experience.
Yep.
Hooray for me. I did a bad.
I'm going to hold what she does about that, but she is now holding you personally liable for.
I mean, that was my intention, though. Like that
Yeah,
was
but
what I set out to do.
You will be the first yeeted into space.
Listen. I am here for the yeetin'.
To be Jotun.
Yes.
Janelle, this is a lot and a lot of angry people.
I was looking at my ability stuff, so I was trying to figure out if there's anything I could do. Yeah, so I'm going to try and see if I can't quickly find some sort of stage manager or somebody else who looks like they know what is going on, because I want to use listen and learn so that I can ask them what the hell I should do, because this is an unfamiliar situation.
Okay, you actually find AC Demo crazy because Aphizia is already on the stage with Azhar, and AC looks pretty zen about what's going on right now, and she looks over you and goes, "Hey kid, just let Azhar blow it off. Let her blow it off."
Okay.
Roll your skill.
I doesn't have a skills to go with it, I don't think. It just says when you ask someone, so it says listen and learn. When you ask someone what you should do in an unfamiliar situation, if you follow their advice, take +1 forward and clear a condition. If you follow their advice and it goes poorly, mark XP.
Okay, great. Then
I don't know
give
what
you advice and hold on to that.
Okay, so the advice was just let her cool down.
Yeah.
So I guess I will do that.
AC goes, Azhar does this at least once every time we do this. And admittedly, we've never knocked the power out before, but 1 year it was because we didn't have the right food for the fish, and 1 year it was because somebody stepped on someone, and 1 year was because she didn't put enough bleachers in for the crowd, and then she had to make more fish, make more bleachers, and still worried about the power surge, but hey.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know anything about power, so I can't do anything about that one.
She offers you a cigarette of some kind. She goes, "Do you smoke?"
Today I do.
She goes, "Good answer, kid." She hands you one of the smoking things that is blowing purple bubbles out.
Okay.
She goes, I never used to do this before I started the whole band thing, but honestly, when you smoke, people don't ask you a lot of questions, and it's really relaxing.
Janelle will take a drag on the cigarette thing.
Okay.
and then probably promptly cough.
Yes, it has a faintly berry taste to it. It also has that kind of buzzing feeling that goes up and down your spine.
Okay, this is a new one for me.
Because what? I'm sorry, I literally don't know who you are, and it's nothing personal. But what faction do you belong to?
That's okay. Sorry, I'm a nudist.
Oh, well, you'd think Zandora would have cigarettes around. I mean, like half of her crew smokes. But okay, well, welcome to the family. It's like this every year.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go blend into the background again.
Okay.
So I kind of just like.
It's just like, no, sit around, watch Hephizia. Hephizia will get this, and I will do support for Hephizia just because everybody has been okay. Hephizia goes, Azhar, look, you got a promise from Ergo Sum, and now I need you to get off the stage so that we can find out what happened. Okay? Okay. Everybody calm down. She rolled an 8. So Azhar will at least retreat from the field of battle currently.
As soon as she says promise from Ergo Sun, Ward is just like with like all 4 thumbs just.
Hephizia turns to you and goes, if you fuck this up, I'm sending Alistar to kill you.
I mean, if I fuck this up, I'll probably be dead already, so joke's on you.
Not wrong.
Hephizia goes back into a little bit of her more like shyer demeanor, like busy, and goes, there's always something. Okay, good. Don't get us killed.
You got it.
No promises.
I promise.
You promise. I'm not beholden to that.
Your condition remains anytime Azhar is around until you clear that condition, Charlie.
Because I was looking through that and I have something about that, but I have to more or less keep being combative.
Mm-hmm.
And since I know it's a giant fish god and this isn't D&D where I could just take a hammer at them, I'm going to play along and be frightened. Above game, not scared. Game, I'm fighting kitty cat right now.
Okay.
So,
At this point, everybody meets in the middle of the stage. All the band leaders, everybody who is not Azhar, the space fish. She is Azhar. Azhar is space fish. And goes, okay. And they all look at AC Demo Crazy, who looks at them and goes, oh, you want a speech, huh? Okay, well, here's the thing. Everybody knows this year's a little different. We've been plagued with rumors this year that this year somehow this contest is going to be rigged. 203 Starsec-based time intervals, and never once have we had this problem, and we had a goddamn revolution in the middle of one year. So, voting is sacred. But if there is any validity to these rumors, not that I really think there are, but if there are, we need to find out, and we need to find out what's causing these glitches, because sometimes glitches are just glitches. Welcome to pre-show jitters. Every year we have some shit. But in the interests of fairness, in the interests of the galaxy, I would urge all of you to look into your command structures, to look into your performers, and make sure that everything is above board. Because that's the only way we're going to get through this. And if worse comes to worse, I will sing Azhar into compliance.
I mean, for all that, you might as well just do it now and save us the trouble.
I would like to do this next time. How many races of space fishes do you think we have?
3. No.
AC,
1.
AC Demo Crazy looks at you and goes, I see you're one of those ones who actually knows the answer. Good on you, but also only one that will create this arena for us.
Oh. Okay. I don't have anything else.
She smiles, like you. Still, let's get on track and hopefully we can get all to the point where we can warm up and actually do this bitch. Cool? Cool. Work amongst yourselves. So you are left on stage all together with all of the various band leaders to try and work out what's actually happening. This is also the first time you are close to the leader of Lawful Evil, Get Christ Galaxium, who is trying to look really, confident, but is also sort of like to the edge of everybody because they're fairly certain that they're going to be the first one suspected.
Hey, does anyone know, I guess this is the big question, but anyone know what cut the power? Is it a wiring issue? Did someone do a magic? Was there, I guess we would have heard a bomb. Anyone?
Grace pipes up because Tech's kind of their bag.
Oh, yeah.
Goes, well, not that this makes anything look better right now, but cutting the power technologically would have had to be done by multiple people all at once because not every power system here is run on the same circuit.
So there's no central hub, it's all just independent.
Well, the arena itself has its own power circuits and generation out there, and then the stage area has its own as well in case of emergency, that we have more than one power source. So it's not, there are central hubs for the main 3 areas, and then there's the generation field for the bubble the space fish are creating. Now, admittedly, it's an organic energy source, but the space fish are creating the atmosphere we're in, and that requires power too, even if it's not electrical energy.
Oh, man, when the power went out, did the atmosphere cut?
Yes, actually. But we have some, in case of emergency, break glass things, which, incidentally, we now have only about half of our supply on that.
Well, that's all I got. Anyone else?
Get Grace goes, magic? Magic's a thing.
I don't know nothing about magic.
Magic is indeed a thing, but you know what's most magical of all is teamwork. Knowing that there is some cadre of nefarious ne'er-do-wells makes this more difficult. Even if we do apprehend one or more, the rest could, engage in some shenanigery. May I suggest some kind of ruse?
So I just have one quick question, because you said earlier that you wanted to just keep popping in and out of places. Were you here the whole time, or did you just pop out of nowhere and then say this?
Yeah, as soon as my attention was away from me when everyone gathered, I slipped behind the curtain and then just popped out.
So the second you start speaking, I shout and put all 4 fists up, oh, I'm ready. Oh, okay. Oh, you're not attacking. Okay. Yep. That sounds like a thing.
Dave just pipes up out of being quiet. Do we know if anybody else's room or if anything else was destructed?
Zandora and their almighty, all-gender den motherness appears and goes, well, it's hard to destroy our acts. We don't always finish putting them together till the last possible moment. We argue a lot. Ergo sum. Alistar makes a face and goes, something tried to get into our weaponry stores, but I disapproved strenuously. And I would urge anyone who did so to confess immediately. I promise if I find you later, it will be worse for you.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Exactly. You have upset Space Dad.
I must confess, this is the first cigarette I've ever smoked, but I did not cut the power. And then I will again.
When the power was cut, I was with Charlie,
Yeah.
and we don't need to steal weapons because, I mean, look at us, and I flex all four arms.
And I'm holding like my sword made out of teeth. I'm like, I can fuck people up with this.
Alistar raises one chibi arm and goes, look at these guns.
Dad.
I'm
No.
instantly like just pointing and like hyping up Alistair as much as possible. I love my
Charlie's just face form like, oh god,
I love my space dad.
no, Space Dad gotta go.
That time I said it out loud. I said I love my space dad.
I'm gonna break my in a minute here. As you're doing these displays of not needing weaponry, Zandora turns over and winks at both of you.
I
It's
blush.
a very big wink.
I blush.
Anyways, Sandy goes, well, it wasn't me. All of my stuff got destroyed, and I'm sorry for screaming. I know I've been a little overdramatic, but I mean, why would I destroy my own stuff?
So that you wouldn't have to compete?
Don't.
No? Okay. I mean,
AC's like, I mean, I know I'm a little biased, but I'm only the host, but I'm always here for my baby geniuses.
is there any one faction that has like more people here than any other?
And the nudists always have the most people, largely because they encompass the most different philosophies under their umbrella. Sorry. The second would probably be lawful evil, but you haven't seen a whole lot of them because they have been prepping for the setup for everybody to experience their new game, Black Hole Endless Suck.
I don't like that name. Everything about it just makes me.
Also, suck is spelled S-U-C-C, Endless Suck. It's the
Oh.
sequel to Black Hole from...
Oh god. Why?
They promise they fixed their diversity issues in this game. You're really gonna love it.
It's not even just a diversity thing. It's that there's a certain point that you just get to a kill screen, and it's a whole mess. I had to start that game over twice already.
Everyone has a deep emotional connection to when Galaxia died last time. It was a really good cutscene.
She didn't have to go. My ships, my fan fictions are ruined because it's canon that she's dead now.
I mean, it's a fanfic, man. It doesn't have to subscribe to canon.
Listen, I put in time and effort. I have 238 chapters so far of this. It's an ongoing thing, and now it's just disparaged. It doesn't mean anything now.
Zandora goes, but in the end, is it not a poignant example of what loss truly shows us that love means?
I personally play with the community mod where Nova, Nebula, and Galaxia end up as a polycule, but that's just me.
Gitchrist is looking excited, and they go, oh, I'm so glad everyone's still so involved in this game. I promise. I know last time we had a lot of spacist issues going on, and I know we're not, our company started on BS and spelled BEES, and we've not been the most inclusive people, but I promise we hired sensitivity players and everything this time. It's going to be great.
So wait, should we get back to the... I'm sorry, you go ahead.
While all this conversation is happening, Dare just kind of like, all right, I'm done with this. And I would like to go to the source of power and use Commune with the Unseen.
Perfect. Roll your spirit.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, when you perform a ritual to commune with the unseen, you give a dangerous unseen a string on you and roll plus spirit.
Ooh.
So let's see how that goes. Use the dice that have not betrayed me. Oh, you betrayed me again. Oh, that didn't work out at all. I only got 3.
Well, the darkness now has a string on you, and you are no closer to any answers. But
It'd
you
be
do
like
have an
that
experience
sometimes.
point.
The pointy dice you got me for my birthday betrayed me.
There.
Well, they're also like literally very pointy, so if like you hold them wrong, they will just stab your hand.
They are so pointy.
Yeah.
Maeve, we haven't heard from you in a while. What are you doing?
I'm not sure yet.
Plausible.
Okay.
Maeve is a little socially inept, so trying to figure out the best way to approach communicating thoughts.
Maybe Maeve went with Dare.
Okay.
So Dare would then tell Maeve, like, nothing. I got nothing.
I didn't tell Dare previously about what the Rosa said, so I guess I can take this opportunity now. The Roses in Zandy's room said that the person that was in the room wouldn't have not normally been there.
Okay. Doesn't really tell us anything. Glitter. That doesn't tell us anything.
No.
Like, you have a line, like, right across your cheek. Like, I know that I shed this stuff.
Yeah.
On the stage, the argument continues, and Zandy is saying, well, we all know everyone thought Lawful Evil should have won last year, and they were mad at us for winning, so I think that if anyone was going to rig it, it's going to be Lawful Evil. Come on! They know how to use all the tech!
But I thought the individual who gave me the cigarette, they said something about making stuff out of fish. So is the fish the power, or how? I'm so confused.
If you want to figure somebody out here, you can take that +1 that AC gave you to it as well, and that is a wit roll.
Okay, no, I'm just curious. Like, did we have fish power? Like,
You do have fish power.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'd be 11.
That's fantastic, actually. So, while you have no proof that the electrical wasn't tampered with en masse, if the electrical wasn't tampered with, then it had to be some sort of magic, and everyone knows that Baby Genius is planning on doing some sort of magic show this year.
So, okay, so if the electricity is fish, then could technology disrupt it? Why wouldn't it? If the fish are magic, wouldn't it take magic to disrupt magic, or is that not how magic works?
Get Christ is like, that's what I've been saying. Thank you. I like you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna take another. She's gonna take another drag on the cigarette thing. So
Xandora's like, I know, she's very smart. I'm so proud that she's here with us this year. Just accidental spotlighting the whole thing. Anyways, then, assuming nothing else is said, Get Christ and Xandora start talking about how awesome you are.
oh god. Yep. Take a really big drag on that cigarette.
You said earlier that that when the power went out and then everything came back on, that there were electrical crews running for all the fuse boxes. So I want to go and try and find one of them and see if they can tell me anything about what they think might have caused the outage, or if they noticed any damage to the systems.
Okay. So how are you trying to ask about this? Are you investigating, or are you asking a person?
I'm literally just going and I'm finding a person. I don't know how I'd identify an electrical person, an electrician versus just a regular stagehand. But I'm going to try and find because I don't know shit about technology, but I mean, people are nice and they'll help you if you ask. So I'm going to go find a person and ask them.
You meet a woman in a shockproof green screen suit.
Okay.
Her name is Eliza, and she, Xandora, are that half electrical type thing. So the green suit's just kind of stretched over them so they don't get electrocuted.
That's cool. So is she wearing a name tag, or have I asked her name?
She is wearing a name tag.
Okay. So I go up and I say, Eliza, hi.
Eliza,
my name.
Eliza, hi.
Hi. Yes. Lovely to meet you. My name is Ward. I made a promise to a giant space fish to find out what happened, and I'm hoping that you can help me to help her. So the power went out, right?
I wish I could make promises to giant space fish.
I mean, you can. You just have to go and talk to a giant space fish.
Oh, I never could do that. I'm really good at electrical, but I'm kind of shy.
Hey, listen, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. I don't know anything about electrical stuff, which is why I'm here talking to you.
I can help?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you can help me right now at this exact moment. If you can tell me anything at all about what made the power go out. Because I thought I would go look at the electrical box stuff, but then I realized I don't know anything about what it should look like when it's working, so I couldn't tell if it was broken. So any wires cut? Do we still have wires? Is it Tesla stuff? I don't know how this works.
Okay, well, I don't know if I should tell you. I'm afraid I'll get in trouble, or I'll get somebody else in trouble, and I couldn't be the one who causes this whole thing to be ruined.
Nothing's gonna get ruined. No one's gonna get in trouble. We're just trying to make sure that the space fish don't we want everyone to be safe and happy.
Space.
What? Yeah, well, I don't want to frighten her more by I don't know if she knows that we're going to get dumped out into space if everything breaks bad. I also don't want to scare her more, so I'm not going to mention that part. But we just want everyone to be safe and happy, and no one's going to get in trouble. We're just trying to figure out what went wrong so it doesn't go wrong again.
Roll your emotional support for her.
Okay.
Heart or spirit?
Okay. I mean, it's going to be... Oh, actually, I have +1 in both, so it doesn't actually matter. That is an 8.
Okay. I will choose to give you some more insight again.
Okay.
She goes, well, I really shouldn't say this, but electricity has sort of worked the same way for a long time, though we use different methods than like we did way back in the old days, but like it still has a kind of circuit to it. And so if we broke the circuit, that would be what happened if like electrically we fucked up. But none of the circuits are broken, which is kind of weird because it means like something interrupted it but didn't break the circuit.
Okay. What could do that? Like, could it be magic? Did like someone set off an EMP?
Goes well. I mean, both of those things are sort of possible. I think we would have noticed an EMP more because I think things would have stayed a little like more fucked up afterwards. Just
That's
my
fair.
experience.
Yep.
But I don't know a lot about magic because I did a lot of tech. I really wanted to join Lawful Evil once, but I don't really have the performance skill.
I mean, Lawful Evil loves its technology. You know, Gikrist is okay.
She goes, well, they're a lot better than the last leader of that band.
Yeah, a little more lawful, a little less evil.
And very patriarchal.
Okay, so the circuit got interrupted, but it didn't get broken.
Right, which, again, that makes me kind of worried because, like, well, I suppose Zandora could have done it, or a lot of Baby Genius has the ability to do magic and stuff. I mean, their whole performance is based around magic, but then, well, I really like Sandy. She's really sweet, and she's kind of encouraging, and she's kind of insecure like I am, so we kind of made friends.
Yeah, she seemed nice when I met her.
But then, like, the big names are then, like, AC Demo Crazy, and I would never want to say that she did anything.
Right, I think we can safely assume that AC Demo Crazy wouldn't want to mess up their own show. Well, thank you so much for your help. This has been very, very useful. You just keep on keeping on, and we'll sort this all out.
Okay, I have a question. If you see Gikrist, can you maybe suggest that, like, I could work for them at some point?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go talk to them next. This is out of character because Ward would not forget, but John has already forgotten. What was Aliza?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure to remember that because, again, I've now made another promise, and I have to keep those. And now someone else can do something because I've been talking for like 5 minutes.
Just collecting promises like favors.
I am the devoted. I have ideals to live up to.
The Faemi approves. I would like to initiate my cunning plan, Spec.
Okay.
I'm instantly nervous. John, not Ward.
Since the newest are the most numerous, I'm going to put those numbers to work and kind of encourage, some of the, I guess, more fringe aspects of it to start cozying up with the other factions and the stagehands, see if they can, start kind of a whisper network to keep me appraised of what's going on.
Okay. I think this is actually going to be an entice roll.
Okay.
So that is a heart roll?
Oh, is that heart?
Mm-hmm. That is heart.
I have devious scheme that I can roll with wit.
Okay, that would work too.
Okay. That's a 12.
Okay. What does the devious scheme say exactly?
So it says, when others go along with your cunning plan, roll plus wit. Oh, okay, so then maybe this is, and then, 10 plus, twice during your plan you may choose 1, produce the right object, describe an unexpected weakness and an obstacle, or appear right behind someone at a crucial moment.
Okay. I will say that you have the ability to pull one of those things off because of your devious plan to make all the Nudis or no Otis cozy up to everybody around. Actually, there suddenly seem to be a lot more of them around. Like, it's like they were all hanging out in the dressing room.
They totally were.
Chilling and yelling at each other. And Now there are just nudists everywhere. Some of them are actually nude.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
It's like they feel like they need to take it to the furthest expression because then, some of it's irony, but also, how do you not know this is not a commentary on what it is to be a nudist?
So I guess produce the right object. Describe an experience. So I have an idea.
Okay.
For producing the right object, could I treat that as a sort of flashback where when I interrupted the confrontation between Charlie and the fish lady, I stole or pilfered either the cookies or the pot brownies from Charlie?
Yes. Do you want the cookies or the pot brownies?
The pot brownies.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can do both. The nudists can use the pot brownies to like bribe their way into all the other circles.
The pot brownies are now being used. Alistar is very disappointed in all of you. You let the brownies go missing.
No. The brownies they all have basically like my little logo on them because it's like so the brownies they have
like
white
business
frosting
cards.
on it. Yeah, and they have like my little logo on it, be like vote ergo.
All right.
I'm not eating any of these brownies.
No, you're too much of a stick in the mud. We established
You mean
that.
responsible adult?
I mean,
Or
no one's getting a
sticks in
full
the mud.
dose because like there's a lot of people to reach. So they're probably like doling out chunks of like pieces of brownie, not like the full.
Yeah, it's strong stuff. Don't eat the whole entire thing. A piece should be fine.
Would AC know the mink?
Yes, actually.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna have Eva the mink follow Zandy around for the next little bit, just to kind of like watch the interactions that Zandy has
Okay.
with other people.
As everybody disperses, Alistar is clearly running around trying to like figure out what's happening in a very dad-like way. They're very visible right now. Zandy and AC Demo Crazy get into a fight. So the two of them are arguing about something. Get Christ is harder because they look like they're sneaking around all the time, even when they're not sneaking around. It seems to be kind of like inherent to who they are. Also, there's a lot of just little technological things they have to put together in order for the game to be ready for this evening's performance. So yeah, they're still messing with the tech. Sorry. I keep messing up her name, but Zalbador has gone back to the dressing room and is now functioning as sort of a collection of all what the nudists are finding out and telling the all-gender mother.
I would like to go and find Gitchrist, please.
Okay. Gitchrist is stressed out when not on display for the entire group to see. There's clearly some bugs still in the game, and they're feeling very pressured by the fact that everybody clearly thinks it's them that's messing with this competition.
Okay. So I want to try and like get their attention as I'm walking up, because I don't want to like startle this very stressed out like individual.
Get
So
Christ.
I'm gonna wave with two arms as I'm walking up and be like, "Hi, Get Christ. How you doing?"
I have an important question. Is it two arms on one side, or is it like catty corner?
Oh no, it's like it's like regular arms where like regular humanoids have them, and then like coming out from underneath in like rib cage area, there's like another two arms.
Yeah, that's why I I figured that. I'm
Yes.
talking about which arms are you waving with?
Two on the same side.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was an important question.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah.
Pops up with like a tool on every bone.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Because they go, is this important?
Is the fate of every single life on this fish station important?
Depends on whether or not this competition still goes ahead and we still vote, because statistically this station's less valuable than having a galactic council.
Well, yeah, but like we're the ones like doing the whole like performances and deciding and like making sure all the voting happens. So like literally every life on this station, like is everyone here important?
And none of that will matter if we don't have any performances to put out. So
Right. Okay. So, and we won't have performances to put out if we don't figure out why the power went out, because the fish are going to yeet us all into space. So again, I say, is every single life on here important? Because without the lives, there's no performance.
Get
Work with me
criticized.
here.
I see I'm not getting out of this conversation. What?
No. Okay. Listen. I'm not here to accuse you of anything. I'd like to state that right off the bat. However, and that sounds like I'm now going to accuse you of something. But again, not doing that. I don't know anything about technology. You know this. We've spoken before. I'm not the sharpest bulb in the drawer. This is no surprise to anyone. What could have shut off both organic and synthetic power at the same time across this whole fish? That is a very big question to ask, but you are the tech person, and I am the strong person. So together, maybe we can stop us all from getting...
Make one whole person.
Maybe we can stop us all from getting, vented into space. Yeah, please be my Deus Ex Machina here.
Okay, look. There's two options here.
Great.
And one of them looks like I did shit, and
Yep.
one of them looks like Baby Genius did shit. Because,
Okay.
but everybody loves Baby Genius. So
I mean, it's a great podcast.
You want to hear this or not?
I'm sorry. Please continue. I'm panicking.
Okay. So, hypothetically, if I
Mhm.
was going to shut down this space arena with myself on it,
Right.
I would need at least, 10 people to do that. And
Okay.
while I do, in fact, have 10 people, we're still running playtesting right up until the last minute. So why I would ever give 10 people to anybody is beyond me.
Fair.
However, we could do that electrically, but
Okay.
I
And
don't
that would
have...
that would shut down the fish too.
Well, you could at least cut off the fish's power source from the rest of the electrical stuff that's going on up here. The fish
Okay.
would still have power, they just couldn't access the structure they'd created.
I understood some of those words. Continue.
Okay. If we didn't send 10 people out to shut the fish arena down with us on it and our project, magic!
Okay. You're not the person to talk to about magic, are you?
No.
Okay. So I know you're very busy and you have a lot to, and I'm gonna leave you to that in just a minute. I was speaking to one of the electrical workers here, Eliza, not that long ago before I came to you, to try and also figure out what shut down the power. So the circuits got interrupted. Nothing broke them. I don't know if that clears anything up for you, but I was also asked to pass along their resume, I guess. They would like to work for you. And I guess now is not super the time for that, but I did promise, so I'm just gonna put that out there.
You want to try and entice here?
I absolutely do want to try and entice. What kind of role is that?
That's a heart.
That's a heart roll. Beautiful. Beautiful. I know that I'm picking the least opportune moment to ask you for this favor, but I did just roll a 9, so I think you're going to help me out.
There you go. Fine. I'll do it. But here's my deal, right? When they ask you, because you were the idiot who went out and told the space fish you were going to stop us from being yeeted into space, when they ask if I did this shit, you're going to say no.
I mean, I'm gonna tell the truth, and if it turns out you did it, I'm gonna tell them that you did it. But
So how this worked is a 7 to 9 on entice. You gain a string on them
okay,
unless they do. He has opted to gain a string on you.
okay,
So he is going to try and rally you to his side should this turn into a name-calling fest.
okay. I mean, I'm not gonna let anyone get accused unjustly, but yeah, I mean, yeah, if you didn't do it, I'll back your play.
Great. At least somebody in this stupid arena believes me. And that's what I'm choosing to believe right now. Shut up before I get upset, because I got a lot to do.
I was just gonna say I'm very excited for Black Hole 2. I hear that there's a lot more inclusivity and discussions on human rights in it, and I'm very excited to see what you guys put together.
We got a lot more alien races in it, but like the thing is so large.
Listen. It's there's going to be you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and I'll leave you to your work.
Bye. And then the tools start flying around on the end of the bones again.
Okay, that's all I got for now.
Okay. Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
You've been hiding in the corner for a very long time.
Yes. I'm also starting to really like this cigarette thing, so
Okay. I'm going to have you roll me a Defy Disaster. You can use any skill to attempt to defy disaster in this place.
yeah, I don't think I have any skills that are going to help me in that regard.
Well, you should have pluses in some of your skills.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have +2 wit, so that'd probably be what I'd want to roll. Okay, sorry. Yeah. 13? Yeah, 6 and a 5 +2.
That's
so
many
13.
successes. So you spot that you are being followed.
Okay. That doesn't make me feel super comfortable. So I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna stop hiding out in the corner area. I'm gonna like kind of move towards there's more like people moving and stuff, so that I'm not just like off on my own somewhere. So
Okay.
yeah.
When you move into a more crowded area, the follower is still there, but because they seem to realize you've seen them, nothing happens.
Okay. Do I get it? Can I tell what the follower looks like, or is it just like there's a shadowy figure there?
It is a person in green screen kind of costume that from stagehand that you've never seen before.
Okay.
They are one of the ostrich style type aliens. Definitely not as pretty as Zandy, but like.
Okay. Sorry, I'm taking a note so that I don't forget this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this has wigged me out a little bit, and I'm going to try and I'm assuming that we have like our stuff that we brought with us. Is that like in the dressing rooms?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm now since they didn't follow me into the group, I'm gonna kind of like work my way and kind of keep distance, but I'm gonna try and work my way back towards the nudist dressing room so that I can find my sword and kind of like put it on just like strap it to my belt or whatever, so that I'm not feeling so like, hey, you're just out here. So yeah.
Salvador spots you doing this because they are holding court in the nudist dressing room. and smiles and goes, I'm so proud of you establishing boundaries. That's so good.
How am I establishing boundaries?
Sometimes the presence of a threat helps us to establish that we will not be walked over.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can see that. Thank you for your high praise, but I'm just, I'm managing my anxiety right now more than anything, so.
I'm just telling you that it's okay to want to feel protected, I understand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She goes, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Thank you. Loving the energy in here too.
Because I know it's different from home, but I really think this will be a good spot for you. And I know that there's somebody in there who we just really need to see. It's gonna be great. I'm so happy. Oh, this is awesome. Of course, they can't clap. There's a lot of grinding of gears. Maeve, as you are with Dare, Sandy comes up and goes, guys, I have a bit of a problem. And I'm really sort of worried about it. Because, I know, it's the done thing to think that lawful evil's doing something bad, but, sort of been flirting with their leader on the down low. And, they're really nice. And, well, I mean, I don't think they're interested in me, but that's not the problem. The problem is I think AC Demo Crazy trashed my dressing room.
Huh. Daryl looks at Maeve,
You just see, Maeve just, thinking. Out of character, when Zandy and AC were fighting, Eva was, tagging Zandy. Would there have been anything that Eva could have told me about that fight beforehand?
AC seemed to be taking whatever Zandy was saying not very seriously.
Okay.
And actually, Zandy is going to spend her string on you, Maeve, and goes, look, AC and I fight all the time, and I know part of that's my own issues, but, could you talk to her for me?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, because, it would be really, really terrible if, the host of this whole show was trying to rig it somehow. I don't know why she'd do that, but...
Yeah, I was meaning to go talk to her anyway, so I can do that.
You're the best. Thank you so much. Also, are you ready for the performance tonight? Because I saw your bit in rehearsal, and it's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm still kind of nervous, but yeah.
Oh, I meant to tell you, we're bringing in some extra plants for you so you can be a little more comfortable when you're using your skills, because I know the fish are not super great at creating organic life up here for us.
Thanks. As long as I've got, a little bit of plant matter and water, I should be good.
Great. She turns to Dare. So, hi, sorry. I don't care that you know this too, but I did want to kind of keep it in the house because, I don't want people to think that we're, falling apart at the seams. That just, well, to use your metaphor, of course. She goes, but, it is kind of sus. It's kind of sus.
No, that's fair. Is there anything you need me to do?
Well, you have the ability to talk to, spirits and stuff, right? Did I remember that from the show, right?
That is correct. They don't always listen.
Okay, but, you wouldn't have to necessarily, be talking to AC. You could, have her followed or something, right?
Maybe. Can I? I look down at my little dragon, like, can I? Is that a thing?
The little dragon looks at you like a cat and goes, maybe, if I feel like it. Will you give me treats?
I always give you treats.
How many treats?
4 treats.
That's one more than you gave me last time. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, see? I got you. I know the negotiation.
So,
Maeve speaks up and goes, that would probably be a better idea than having Eva follow them anyway, since they know Eva.
Yeah.
okay. And Zandy grins at you guys. I just feel so much better when I talk to you guys. And she leans over and she kisses Maeve on the cheek and goes, thanks.
Maeve just blushes and smiles and, yeah.
The second Zandy is out of earshot, Dare's just gonna be like, huh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of a little bit suspicious about AC, but I'm not really counting on that either. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
Is that what Dare was high about?
No.
I didn't-
Oh, that works. Maeve's kind of clueless, so.
There's was more at Zandy and just like, something is fishy.
Well, yeah, the whole station.
You're not there.
This is John. You can tell because I didn't use a character voice.
So I send my eerie companion, who I didn't name. I have to name my companion. I'm going to name my companion Stitches. Stitches the dragon.
I love it.
So I'm going to send Stitches to keep an eye on AC, not necessarily to spy, but more as a, like, keep an eye on everything, because I don't necessarily think AC is behind anything, but I don't want AC to come to harm either.
Okay.
So, Stitches go. Wah.
Alistar comes up to Charlie and says, okay, I've gone around this entire little backstage thing we have going on here. Pretty much can account for where Zalbadora is at any time, but I can never account for what Zalbadora can do, and I think Zalbadora likes it that way. Hey. Is it bad for me to say I think Gichrist is just, like, stressed out of their mind? Like, I don't think they can actually focus on an evil plot because they're stressed out of their minds? So, I'm going to, purely on my own gut, say that I don't think Zalbadora is behind this, and I don't think Gichrist is behind us, which means it's Baby Genius, or possibly Azhar themselves, but I can't figure out what Azhar's motives are, and they're currently communing with the fish.
Remind me, Baby Genius is the one that are currently making the video game, right?
No.
That's Evil Genius.
Lawful
Oh,
Evil
genius.
is making the video game. Baby Genius is our
They may also be evil geniuses.
Well,
reigning champion, and here we are.
I think we should check out Baby Geniuses then, only for the fact that we haven't sussed them as hard as we have the others.
Okay. So I didn't give you this key to their dressing room, but I gave you this key to Zandy's dressing room because Zandy's exactly the kind of diva who has her own dressing room. Yeah, AC never did this. AC was always with the group. But, hey, New leadership, new times.
Yeah. I'm gonna check out the room. Have a cookie while you're at it.
He goes, I absolutely will not have a cookie while he eats a cookie.
Here you go. I'm gonna pat him on the cheek and just go and check out the room.
I love my space dad.
Alistair's like, make good choices, or at least don't let me find out about them.
Again, no promises, Dad. I'll see you later. And I'm gonna check out the room.
Event Horizon.
Yes.
I'm going to check in on that for a second. Where are you right now? Because I know you're popping in and out of shit.
I think after establishing my little whisper network, I'm gonna seek out Ward.
Yeah, Ward's pretty easy to find. They're big, bright red hair, four-armed. Yeah. I'm just gonna let you startle me though, because I know you want that. So I'm not even gonna try and suss out that you're around. So go
I
ahead.
think there's you'll remember the big like rolling carts they have for the big set pieces. I think
Yes.
as they're pushing one of those, it's some kind of armoire. And as soon as we pass Ward, I'm gonna like fling the door opens and just like yeet myself out of it. Friend Ward.
I think that by now, Ward has gotten. It hasn't taken long to get used to Event Horizon, and Ward is very on edge from everything. So there's a little bit of a. But then that's bad. That's all you get at this point.
I really want someone to start calling the artist formerly known as Event Horizon AFK.
Out of character. That's how I remember it.
I love you all. Thank you.
That's wonderful. The artist formerly known as Event Horizon. What can I do for you?
I will note whenever Event Horizon starts AFK speaks, they do that Johnny Bravo thing where they're like flexing and posing
Absolutely.
as they're speaking on like every syllable.
Yes. Ward loves it. Ward loves it so much.
Perfect.
As a
Ward is
storyteller, I'm going to jump in for half a second and remind you all that you have the ability to declare yourself smitten with any given character at any given time.
that is entirely fair. I don't think Ward is quite
No.
smitten with.
I just wanted to remind people.
No, that's fair.
Solid. Thanks for the reminder.
I think Ward is under the assumption that I am best friends with everyone here, whether or not they agree with that. We are all best friends, especially Charlie, and especially the artist formerly known as Event Horizon, who I will only ever refer to by their full name.
Thank you. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You have to say the whole thing if you can.
I'm not
Absolutely.
saying the whole thing. I want you to know that.
You're not here,
But-
Charlie.
Yeah, I know. I'm snooping in other rooms while secretly trying to hold in my crush for Zab. No, fuck, I forgot the. That's a giant fish god, right?
Oh, you're talking about Azhar.
Yeah, for Ashard, because you know what? I'm a sucker for power, and
That's
it's something.
So, the artist formerly knows as Event Horizon. You know the Predator handshake, where like they grip hands and like they do like the flex thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I do that as when I say, "What can I do for you?"
In my head,
the
I'm
big strong man
picturing
handshake.
that scene in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when Armstrong finally meets Teacher's
Yes.
husband. Yeah.
Yes. What can I do for you?
I noticed you took a similar interest in unraveling the weaving webs of this conspiracy. I wanted to check in on you and see what progress you've made. I've taken steps towards ensuring some of my less occupied nudist friends are snooping.
All right. Well, that sounds devious. I just went around talking to people, but to each their own. I don't think that Get Christ did it. They're still playtesting the game, and it has to be presented to people in 2 hours. So I honestly don't think they have the wherewithal to shut off this entire station's power right now. I don't think they have the wherewithal to remember to eat. I'm going to have to remind them to do that in a bit. And I think that's most of what I got. I haven't really had much time to... I think I got someone a job, but that's not really relevant to this. What have you found out?
Has my Whisper Network found anything out, Storyteller?
Your Whisper Network has found out that the tension all mostly is centered around Lawful Evil versus Baby Genius. But the problem is Lawful Evil doesn't seem to be participating in this tension. It's just directed at them.
Okay. All right, so that seems to support what I've found, that Lawful Evil is which, could be a MacGuffin. That's not what a MacGuffin is.
Red herring.
That's the one.
They're just walking by with a
no, because Ward is saying this in character, and then it's just right. Yes, exactly that one. I feel like we should talk to more people. I was gonna go and talk to Xandoris. Xandoris, the head of Baby Genius.
No.
Zalbadora is the head of the Nudist, and Zandy is the current head of Baby Genius.
Oh, Zandy is the head of Baby Genius. Okay. I was gonna go talk to Zandy next. Probably not Zandy. I was gonna go try and find someone from Baby Genius and ask them about magic stuff. I don't know exactly who yet, because I just went to talk to Gicrest about technology stuff. And the other option for shutting all this down is magic stuff. And I don't know magic stuff. I know punching stuff. So that's where I was gonna do. But maybe you're better equipped to ask people about magic stuff? I don't know.
I am familiar with the magic of theater, teamwork, and surprise, but not its more practical applications.
Well,
if you'd like, I can join you. I believe our friend who just corrected our verbiage in passing is a Baby Genius.
Oh, yeah. I was just more thinking because, you're probably smarter than I am. I'm not, not to disparage myself, I'm comfortable in my own truth, but I'm not, smart. But anyway, on that note, maybe let's go find a magic person and ask them about magic.
As you are off to do this, Zandy accosts Janelle and grabs her by the arm and drags her into the dressing room where Charlie is already at. And Zandy says to Janelle, "Did you know somebody's following you?"
Yes, that's why I went and I pat my sword, the hilt of my sword, a little bit.
Charlie, do you attempt to hide while this is suddenly happening around you?
No, I'm not.
There.
Yeah, just watching this entire conversation happen.
So,
eating a cookie.
Do we see
Yeah.
Charlie? So if we come in, is it kind of like just a big box, or is it kind of like a shape? So it'd be one of those things that's like
Big box.
Okay.
It's not even that big a box. It's a box.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna assume Zandy kind of like pushed me into her dressing room, so my back is probably to Charlie, and if I hear cookie crunching, I'm gonna like spin around and pull my sword out and be like, "What the fuck?"
And I'll pull out my sword as well. Don't do it. I'm head bitch here. You don't want this problem.
Dressing room, pervert.
I was here first.
Yep. Dressing room.
You wasn't here at the time. So, sorry.
It's okay. Roll something to get her to stop flailing at you. How would you like to? How would you like to get her to stop? Actually, do defy disaster. It's a good catch-all one.
All right, and that goes with me using any of my moves.
Anything you want. It just has to match up with the action.
Well, it sucks is the only best stat I have is heart or daring.
Well, daring's heart is emotional awareness and expression. So,
Yeah, I'm going with daring. Okay, cool. So that's a 3-6. So that's a 9. So +1 is 7.
Sweet. So that's a full success on that. You do it with style. How would you like to convince Zandy that you have the right to be there?
Well, you see, I was given a key to be here. I'm supposed to be meeting someone here, and you're kind of ruining my rendezvous. So I'm gonna need you to go.
Are you my new bodyguard?
Yes, I am.
And he goes, okay, well, I will talk about that in a minute. That's so exciting. Janelle, that's your name, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I'm a little worried about you, sweetie, because normally people don't follow people around here unless they're asking for autographs, and I know you're new, and I'm a little worried something's happening with you. So, is there anything I could do to help?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think they're going to approach me. So, especially, they didn't follow me too aggressively earlier, and now that I have and as I say this, I'm gonna resheath my sword. I'm not necessarily sold that Charlie is the new bodyguard, but I'm not gonna just sit there with my sword so now that I have my sword, I think that they probably aren't going to. They'll probably be more worried about approaching me even more so. So
she goes, no, I know what to do. I absolutely have a great plan, and we'll make sure that you are protected and you don't look like yourself. It'll be great. And she starts pulling costumes out of her wardrobe, and she starts putting them on you as she goes through doing this. You can try and resist her, but she will do this unless you stop her. They are all very glittery and very loud.
Yes, you know what? Fluffing feathers and stuff out of my face. Zandy, right? Yeah, Zandy. I think this is probably you're probably right. A costume change is probably the perfect thing for right now. So
she goes, great. I have the best set of feathers for you, and orange. Though I'm not real crazy about the dress. I can't say anything. I've had a lot of time to collect my wardrobe, so I really want to help. And I've got these great orange feathers, and she's just throwing things on you. When you are done, you are very glamorous, but you are very Zandified, and there's lots of glitter.
Oh God. So I think at that moment, I'll probably get Janella alone for a quick moment to ask. I heard you earlier saying that you was being followed and you knew you was being followed. Could you give me a quick description of who was following you?
Yeah, it was. I think it was. I don't know. I don't think they were a stagehand. They were wearing the green stagehand outfit, but sorry, we don't have a race asserted for what Zandy is, right?
Zandy is one of the ostrich aliens.
Yeah, no, we don't have a name for the race.
I will give you a name for that race.
Okay.
That name is called Ozud.
But it was an Ozud that was following me, or that's what they were at least appeared to be. So,
an Ozud. Well, thank you.
Looks at Charlie while this conversation is going on. She goes, I have a great idea. Now that we've got you all dressed up and sort of indistinguishable, and you look great, by the way. You should get somebody to take your picture. It's amazing. Why don't you stick with... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get my new bodyguard's name. I'm the worst right now. Oh, my God.
You can just call me Charlie.
Charlie, why don't you make sure that my new friend Janelle is okay? And then you can come back, because most of the time I'm fine, and AC Demo Crazy will probably kill anybody who invades. So, it's all good.
Sure. Have a piece of this brownie. And I'm gonna leave it at that while I walk away with Janelle. I love giving my superior some sweets, it helps them calm down.
Wait, your brownies got taken.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
The cookies.
Yeah, just cookies. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give him here. Have a cookie.
She goes, "Oh my God, you're so sweet," and she gives you a kiss on the cheek. It's really weird because it's like a bit of a beak thing going on there, but hey, you know, she's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So then afterwards, I'll walk out with Janela. Well, that, and then I feel like once we're like out of earshot, I'll say like, well, that was a bust. I didn't get to look around as much as I wanted to.
I mean, at least you don't look like this, and I kind of like move my arms a little bit. It's like yeah.
Oh, I'm at that moment. I'm going to take out like. In the future, we have a phone.
Yeah.
Take a quick photo of that moment of you in that dress. I'm like, yeah, that is totally going on my Spacetagram. Like, this is better than like early 2000s Lady Gaga. That is great.
Also, for anybody else who's around the main stage area and not in a dressing room, Janelle is now super obvious.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, but you look good though. The dress is doing a lot for you.
Oh, okay. I mean, if as long as it's doing something, because it's not doing a lot for me, but that's okay. So
Don't worry. You're gonna attract some people with that dress.
A random stage hand walks by and goes, "Great dress. Are you Sandy's body double? She's had like 4. Good luck."
What? Body doubles? Wait, does this mean I'm gonna die now? Did they just trigger a death flag? Like,
I mean, in Black Hole, that's usually what happens right before someone gets offed.
oh god.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
Oh no! I knew this was a bad decision on my part.
Ward gets the feeling that Charlie is doing something stupid and face palms
With all 4 hands.
with all 4 hands.
Oh yeah, it's great. So I mean, you have that sword, and you was willing to stand up to me, and I am always having big deck energy. So kudos to you. You're gonna have some sort of a fight.
I mean, are you wishing ill will upon me at this point? I'm getting a lot of mixed signals because you told me I'm going to die. You told me I'm going to get into a conflict. Like, are you going to kill me? Is this...
I gain nothing from killing you. That's a given. But I'm just saying that stagehand that said that sealed your doom, and I feel bad for you. But I'll be by your side at least.
At which point AC Demo Crazy passes you guys and goes, "Oh Lord, I see you had a run-in with Zandy." Enthusiastic costumer, isn't she?
Yeah.
And it's fucking hilarious. You should follow my Spacetagram. You know, I feel like having you on one of my follow lists would definitely like bring up my status up there. And
who are you? I'm sorry, again, not you. I'm just trying to like keep track of the new faces.
Oh no, don't worry. Name's Charlie, Zandy's bodyguard. Just I gave her a cookie. She's mellowing out in her room.
She goes, "Cool, what's your handle?"
Yeah, it's Charlotte Raze, RAZE, and that's my Spacetagram.
Great. So if you'll just stand here with me, I'll make it even better. And she stands next to you, takes a photo of both of you, and sends it to you, and goes, "There, cred. Really, we need to stick together."
Nice. I think so. I'm gonna look over to Janela, and I'm like, "So what's our next move? You're the one on the ticker."
So I'm the bait, so I have to make the calls. Is that okay? Great.
Ace's like, "You can always have another cigarette." That's what I do when I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Cigarettes where I come from isn't that great. I got vaping.
These taste like berries, and they make the best bubbles. And AC hands you one.
I'll take one, and I'll just like put back my vape pen that I had with me, and like, these aren't bad. Bubbles are
Also,
fun.
Don't smoke, kids. In real life, do not smoke.
It's bad for you.
This is not an endorsement.
Only smoke bubble pipes.
Right.
And candied cigarettes.
Exactly.
But if somebody offers you pot brownies, go for that ride. It's a great story.
There are pot brownies, and I miss them. Fuck. Is it Salvadora who's got them, or is it Alistar pretending he's not got them?
Oh, I think it was Alistar that took them.
I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about.
Oh no, Alistar didn't take it. It was Salvador who took them. Yeah.
Damn.
That's what I have in my notes.
That wily bitch. She knew there were pot brownies, and she didn't give me any. Or they, like, I don't know. Anyways, thank you. This has been the most productive meeting of my afternoon. And also you, the feathers are great. The glitter's a lot, but we're getting there. I'm proud of you. Keep going.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm really kind of tired of trying to figure out what's going on here, but we've got probably an hour and a half till curtain. So if we could speed things up, I'm going to get pot brownies, but you're doing amazing.
All right. Make sure when you eat those pot brownies, you think of Ergo Sum to vote for.
Because I would never let bribes influence my decision.
I'm going to hand her a cookie. I'm like, sure you don't. Sure you don't. Just pat her just a bit and then walk away with Janella.
Anyways, Dare, Maeve, and the bottom half of this call, what are y'all doing?
I don't know anymore.
I know Ward wanted to find out more about magic. Both Dare and Maeve know more about magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that the artist formerly known as Event Horizon and I were sticking together, I guess, for a bit. And we were going to go try and talk about magic.
That's convenient because the four of you would then be in the same place at the same time.
Oh, hey, that's great. I was going to go specifically looking for Maeve because Dare's small dragon scares me a little bit.
The dragon's not with me.
Oh, hey. Well, listen, I don't know that. And I'm not going to tell anyone that the tiny dragon scares me a little bit, but ghosts move it, and ghosts are scary because I can't punch ghosts.
But why?
John listen, I love you. But Ward is frightened of ghosts because you can't punch ghosts.
I mean, you
and that's
can if they're possessing
that's
something.
all I have. But anyway, yeah, so artist formerly known as Event Horizon. Let's go find let's go find the witches.
Which witches?
Exactly. And Starwipe, we're there.
Yes. So you were approached by the artist formerly known as Event Horizon and Ward on clearly some sort of mission.
Hi, how does magic work? Wait, no, that's smaller question. How would magic turn off power for this entire space station? Please? Also a big question, slightly smaller though.
Very slight.
Well, listen, I made a promise to a fish god, so I'm doing my best here.
Okay, so here's how I understand it. There are spirits, and they're here for a good time, not a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would do this, but they're not talking to me at the moment, or at least they weren't talking to me when I tried to ask them what was happening. I could try again.
Can I help you? Are they
Probably not.
friendly ghosts? I don't know.
They're friendly to me.
Maeve? Hi, Maeve. I'm not dismissing your concerns or your suggestions there. Maeve is being quiet, and you got plans?
I'm not there. I'm actually going to find AC.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. All right.
Then you can
Let-
all go find Maeve on her way to find AC.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the plants tell her anything. I assume that plants can talk, because if they're ghosts, why can't plants talk?
At this point,
Yeah.
the dragon reappears to give a report on what AC is doing. The dragon appears directly on your shoulder. Ward.
Ward jumps backwards and then works very hard to compose themselves, that no one thinks that I was just frightened by a tiny dragon. But it's pretty obvious that I was frightened by a tiny dragon.
It sticks out its little string tongue and it tickles your ear and then leaps onto its mom.
Oh, it appears on my shoulder.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I shout a little bit, and I can't. And then I blush. I look very embarrassed.
Nobody saw that.
And then I stick my tongue out at it, and then yeah.
So you get a report from your dragon. It is a sort of cat report about things. I sniffed an interesting thing, and then I saw the big glitter person, and they went into this room, and then they went into this room, and they pretty much hit every single dressing room talking to people. The only arguments they seem to have were with Zandy and Zelbadora.
Interesting. Very good. And then I take out 4 scraps of thread and offer them to Stitches. How can you be afraid of a dragon that eats thread?
I don't listen. Nothing against you personally, tiny dragon. I don't like ghosts. They scare me. And I didn't mean to say that out loud. So please forget that I said that.
They just want to play.
Oh, anyways, the 3 of you then make your way to Maeve, who has been following AC Demo Crazy. You have just seen the exchange between AC and Janelle and Charlie go down. AC doesn't seem particularly worried by whatever's happening right now. AC seems to have that kind of personality that's easily happy, also easy blow up too. So it's very hey, everything's great, what the fuck kind of person. But she doesn't seem endlessly stressed by this whole situation. Has anybody thought to ask how one actually does the voting for this competition?
I assume that it worked like voting in real life, so I would have never thought to ask.
Okay.
Well,
Because,
was the
I'm gonna
guests,
stick with that as a
the
character
audience.
choice.
because the performances are important, and of course you can sabotage a performance, but you could also hypothetically sabotage the voting.
Someone
Oh,
else
wow, I
can
was-
ask that.
I
Ward
was
wouldn't
just-
think to.
For some reason, I was thinking of American Idol.
Yeah.
Like old school American Idol, you just
Yeah.
text a number or you press a button, and that's how the voting happened. Random thoughts, random.
A more suspicious person will have to have that thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, you were accosted by 3 people looking to find out how magic works.
Excuse me, not
Okay.
accosted. I am just coming to see my friend Maeve, who is my very good friend. And Ward is very, very excited to see Maeve.
Okay.
And very loudly says, Maeve, how do plants work? No, sorry. Big question. I know how plants work.
Okay.
Do the plants know how the power got turned off?
And we're
And with that, we'll be right back after a quick break. Hi everyone, Spectre here. So we will be running a poll to see who won Star Rivals for 24 hours after the release date of this episode. You can find that on our Twitter, Arc of the Dragon. I hope everybody goes and votes. I hope everybody's enjoying the episode so far. And thank you so much for being a part of this Thirsty Sword Lesbian experience.
catching up with everybody as Maeve is on her way to catch up with AC/DC, and everybody is finally sort of in the same area.
Right, and I was asking Maeve if the plants know anything about how the power got turned off.
It would all depend if there is a plant in the room where the power got turned off.
Currently, as Zandy told you, there are plants being brought in for you, so there are now more plants backstage.
Is that anywhere near one of the generators, though?
And they wouldn't have been there when the power went out.
I mean, Ward doesn't know how magic works.
It's more about communing and talking to them in a way that they can understand and that I can understand. And less about magic in that way.
Okay.
You have all arrived together. Maeve, you see AC Demo Crazy. She is currently working on some sort of computer system. It is obviously something that she has either some control of the light board or some control of the sound board, some things that she can use to enhance her performance during the times, and she is supposed to be spotlighting everyone. Let's see. What is everyone doing currently? Haphizia is always present and never in the same place. So if you look for sure, somewhere, Gitchrist is attaching something to the stage currently. Alistar has clearly partaken of a brownie. He's very calm. Very cool. Cool as a cucumber, chibi space dad.
I give my space dad 4 thumbs up.
They give you like an arm flap because their hands are not super great for thumbs up.
That's fair. I also just want to keep an eye on what Gitchrist is doing.
Okay.
Like, I don't feel the need to approach them or like interrupt them, but I do just want to keep an eye on like this new thing that is happening in my periphery.
It does seem to have something to do with attaching into the electrical circuits here, but that's largely because last year you know that Deep Space was like an immersive experience. You could fully participate in it, so...
Yeah. And again, I don't know how technology does, but like I figured I'd know like what a bomb looks like if one were to be attached somewhere.
Yep. Zalbadora comes out of the dressing room and just sits down, well, levitates down into the middle of the stage. Zandy is somewhere practicing a very glittery magical style. And if you take a look outside the curtain, Azhar is just staring angrily at the curtain.
What did the curtain do?
You have to remember, the curtain is made of fish because the bleachers are made of fish.
Everything is fish.
Everything is fish here.
It's fishy.
I see what you did there.
Please don't leave me alone with the puns. I will use them.
So that's okay. Just we're clarifying what that smell was. So
Well, those are the tacos, dear.
The callbacks.
oh, sorry. I'm so happy right now.
Wonderful. So now that we've sort of gathered up everyone together, I would like to just sort of ask a question of the general assembled masses. So has anyone like figured anything out? Should we compare notes? Has anyone been taking notes? Is anyone hungry?
The only thing I'm hungry for is justice, and more of those brownies.
Okay, so that's two things, though. You said the only thing, and then you lied to me.
They're hyphenated.
All right.
Justice brownies.
Justice brownie is my favorite kind.
All I've learned is that Zandy doesn't have any boundaries when it comes to literally slapping clothes onto somebody, and I kind of just like move my arms a little bit, like.
That sounds par for the course, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you look great, though.
Everyone keeps saying that, and I just don't. I don't know.
Listen, I don't know if you're comfortable in what you're wearing, but you like aesthetically pleasing.
It's a very feminine silhouette for this space.
So wait, is that does that mean I'm like? Does that mean it's like barely any clothing, or I'm confused? Okay,
I'm just saying that it's femme presenting for what that means in space.
Okay, just checking. So
Maeve goes up to AC. They want to question about the argument with Sandy, or the arguments with Sandy, because yes, I've got Sandy's perspective, but I don't have AC's yet, and I kind of want to get that before making any judgments.
Mm-hmm. AC looks at you and goes, "Oh, one of ours. Hey, I've got like 3 minutes for you, kiddo."
Yeah, sorry, I'll try and be quick. I know that for some reason this time you and Sandy have been kind of bickering a lot. What has it been about, if you wouldn't mind telling me?
AC rolls her eyes. She's like, "Look, Sandy has wanted to be the head of the band for like forever, and now she's the head of the band and she's not happy with it, and like she goes in and out of being like chill about it, and then she comes at me like somehow I'm ruining her success, and on top of that, for some godforsaken reason, she thinks I'm going to rig the votes for lawful evil. Why would I do that?"
I have no idea. Is that what she said, like, specifically?
I mean, she keeps trying to like subtly prod at me, like maybe I've messed around with the equipment and that's why the lights went out, because I needed like a hard reset. But why she knows that, I don't know. Would you like to roll figure out a person?
Yes.
That is a wit thing.
Clear-hearted insight, yeah.
Yeah. The Nature Witch has some adorable baby gay tropes, and it's, some of that is an outsider's perspective.
That was a wit? Okay. That was a 10.
Great. So you can ask AC 2 questions that they'll answer honestly.
First question, did they mess with the lights?
No.
Second question, do they think that Zandy messed with the lights?
Yes.
Okay.
AC goes, "Look, we're dramatic. We always are. But the thing about this is, and this is what Zandy keeps getting wrong, and I can tell because you're coming to talk to me again instead of Zandy. The big thing about being part of a group and part of a band here is that we're our family, and we're a bunch of different families together, but you got to make a group together that has some emotional heart to it that isn't just a spectacle. And Zandy always saw the spectacle, and she never saw the heart. And so, yeah, I can't fix that people liked me being band leader, but legit, I stepped down. I'm tired, and besides, being a host is way more fun. I get to scream at people all the time.
You have to walk around with a wireless microphone. No one can stop you from ordering drinks.
Exactly. So I have a great time with this, and as long as, the random shit that happens every year is always par for the course. But this is a little much, and I feel bad. I feel bad, and I don't know, because here's the thing: Get Christ's former band leader was a piece of shit, and I really didn't like him. He was a piece of shit. But, it had a way of working out, and Get Christ is trying really hard. He's not good at it, but he's trying, and I appreciate that. And I think Lawful Evil has some potential. That doesn't mean I think it should rule the galaxy. No. But hey, my opinion doesn't count. It's only what we vote for, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. How does that work, by the way?
So we can't get the entire galaxy on this arena. We never can. The space fish don't even want to do that. So we do have an electrical system that does this. This is a legacy system that was put in by, it was even before my time, 3 or 4 band leaders ago for Lawful Evil, back when the most creative name they could think of for themselves was the Technocrats. Yeah, it was a dark time, but they were good at technology, which was the point, and so they built our system for us. So, we've maintained it continuously. We've never had any real problems with voter fraud or anything like that, because you'd notice there's huge amounts of populations that have to vote here, and there's a bit of pixie dust that goes into it too. There's some magic that we do to ensure it, and stability, and it's a big group effort. Now, if you ask me how I'd rig this vote, I'd let the vote come in, and then I'd announce a combination of numbers that added to the correct total. But I have never done that.
And Zandy knows that?
Zandy knows a lot of things. And I really think that the most important thing to do, as cliche as it fucking is to go make friends and make that be what this crazy, wild, colorful performance piece is about. Anyways, do you want a cigarette? Because I've just been handing out cigarettes to people today.
No, I'm good, thank you. I'm okay. I'm gonna go.
Are we all close enough to hear this conversation, or is this just Maeve?
I mean, Maeve is the only one who's gone over there, but if you wish to participate in this conversation, AC is not being sneaky with it.
No, I was just, I don't have anything to add to it. I was just wondering if it was something that our characters were aware of and heard, or if this is not knowledge that I have now.
As if you did not go with Maeve, then it is not knowledge you have.
Okay.
Anyways, I know you'll sort it out. I know it's terrible that I'm not helping sort it out, but if I get involved, everybody goes, "Oh, she's playing favorites."
It's okay. I get it. I'm probably gonna go talk to some people. I will see you later.
Okay, Zalbadora has Alistar's pot brownies or something like that.
Okay. And Maeve just kind of walks away, goes back to the group. In particular, Dare, because they trust Dare. So.
Hey.
And they kind of address the group. Hey, so I have some information you guys might want to hear. I don't know who all you've been expecting, or not expecting. What's the word I'm looking for?
Suspecting?
Suspecting. Yes, thank you.
I got you.
But I don't think it's AC.
I don't think so either.
Nope. I don't know why they'd want to make the fish angry. They seem nice.
Someone had mentioned that they might have been jealous about the new stuff, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm pretty sure it's not Get Christ and Lawful Evil. I went over and talked to them earlier, and I mean, you'd assume that an organization called Lawful Evil would be full of good liars, but they're really not. They're very bad at it. And they're way too stressed with their game, which is like 5 times the size of the last one, to do anything other than be giant nerds right now. So,
It seems like the evil part was previous people, not
yeah,
necessarily.
I mean, maybe
yeah.
it just means like they're selfish or something. I don't know.
Or
Maybe.
just that they like being edgy.
Yeah, maybe they're all just edgelords. Maybe they're just like they're pizza cutters. It's all edge and no point. I love that joke so much.
One of my favorites.
Okay, so I think we can cross out the the obvious answer and cross off evil. So that's 1 down.
My answer is probably biased, but as far as the Nodists go, half of us don't like the other half enough to orchestrate something so complex, and the other half doesn't really give much of a shit.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. Charlie and I aren't smart enough to pull this off. Like, that's just, you know.
Good jokes at best.
I gotta say, I saw Zandy drag Janelle across the stage. I didn't care for that shit at all.
No, that seemed unnecessarily aggressive.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate her personal flair on my wardrobe, but I know I keep getting complimented, so I guess it's okay. I don't know.
I mean, it only matters if you're comfortable with what you're wearing.
I'm a costumer. I could help
Yeah.
you find the parts of it that you like and then change it out for stuff that you do like too.
The secret is that I'm never comfortable, so it's okay. But so I'm sorry. I'm really hung up on this fish thing. Hear me out. Hear me
Okay.
out. What if the fish is trying to sabotage it because they don't like being used as a platform for our dog and pony show?
I mean,
Because the fish aren't represented by any of the bands. They're neutral territory, but that doesn't mean they have to like being neutral territory.
that's fair, but
I
they,
didn't think about that.
they have been neutral territory for like a millennia, if my math is right. So,
But hear me out.
hearing.
We all can change our minds and our opinions and our feelings about things.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really like that cigarette thing that AC was handing out earlier, and it's kind of grown on me a little bit. And I know my views have changed some and about who I am, but I'm just saying I don't see why a millennia spanning fish queen can't change her opinion about the deal she struck with the other sentient races of the galaxy. I mean,
Fair. Counterpoint, though, she could have just not agreed to host it or have already yeeted us into space. It seems like a lot of unnecessary folderol. That's a new word I learned from my page-a-day calendar. For, well, something that they could have just, like, not agreed to do.
true.
You know? I like where your head's at though. That's some out of the box thinking there.
If it's not the Fish Queen, then it's definitely Zandy because she's way too handsy.
Ward does in fact laugh at that moment because that is I don't know if that was an intentional rhyme or not, but I laughed and then apologized for it.
I've been witness to Zandy being very handy on Janela, and it was just a lot.
Hey Charlie, where have you been and what have you been up to while we've been investigating?
Giving people cookies, looking around different spaces, see what was going on. I was in Zandy's room for a bit, but that's when Zandy and Janela came in before I could even do any proper digging.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I have a moment of because John, know something that makes me suspicious that Ward does not know, and I'm trying to figure out how to ask to get this information from your character as my character without metagaming. So did you learn any? So you learned nothing when you were in Zandy's dressing room?
From the dressing room, no. But when I spoke to Janela, they were being followed by like this stagehand, but basically like one of like the same race as Zandy, which was like the ostrich-looking race. Outside of that, not so much. At best, I was in the room for like 5 seconds, 5 to 30 seconds at best.
Wait, are any of new tract maybe? Are any of the bands? Are any of them like romantically attached? Does anybody gain anything by helping somebody else? Maybe. I mean,
I kind of look at Dare
We have
because we
something.
both know.
Zandy mentioned a flirtation going on with Yechrist. I have trouble hearing names, so hopefully I said that correctly. But that he wasn't interested. So
It could be a declaration
we're
to like make him. Oh, we're revenge. Yeah.
At this point, Janelle,
yes.
your father storms onto the stage.
Oh God.
And what does your father call you?
My father calls me. Just make this easy. He calls me Andrew.
Andrew, what is this nonsense? I knew you were going to be joining this competition, and I was proud of you, but I thought you were joining lawful evil.
excuse me, sir. I don't know who you're talking to, but this is Janelle.
Yeah, who's Andrew?
Andrew is my son, and I don't know how it's any business of yours.
That's Janelle.
It's our business now because you're
Yeah.
yelling at our friend.
You made it my business.
I know. No.
Andrew, take that ridiculous stuff off. This is absolutely not acceptable.
Stitches flies at this man.
Okay.
Ward has put
does
themselves. Ward has put themselves in between Janelle and her dad.
Okay. Roll a defy disaster on. Sorry, words. I will say them. Ward. And then the Stitch Dragon roll a fight.
So I have a thing called Gallant Rescue when I defy disaster that's about to befall someone else. So would this apply to that, or is this just
Yes.
me defying?
That is absolutely disaster that'll happen to someone else.
This just lets me gain a string on Janelle or ask 2 questions that I don't feel like, so I'm just going to get a string on Janelle. Even if I roll a 6 or below.
Great.
For rolling fight, it's daring or grace.
Yes.
For defy disaster, I'm just going to, I can use any skill for that, right? Okay. Okay. 7, 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
So you get to take an experience point on that. If you've hit 3, you can take a new move, or there's all right.
I'm not 2.
You get a hard choice. As you see this person bearing down on Janelle, you also see Zandy by the electrical circuits.
Oh wow, that is a very hard choice. Okay. I am going to stay in between Janelle and her dad, but I'm also going to shout, Charlie, go after Zandy.
Can do. And at that moment, I'm going to lunge my way to Zandy and the electrical box that they're standing near.
Okay. Probably better to use Defy Disaster here. You can still use your daring to do it, though.
All right.
God, I love having another big, bruisey person. I don't have to
That's all
make
I
the hard
play.
choice. I don't have to make the hard choice. I have teamwork.
Yeah, that's all I play, really. I got a 7, so +1, 8.
Okay. So again, you are faced with a hard choice. You will either be able to stop her from throwing the power, or you will be and let her go, or you can get her, but the power will go off.
I would rather stop the power and let her go and not deal with Fish God again
Okay.
than to have the power go out and capture her. And
Yeah, you're still technically frightened of Azhar, aren't you?
well, no, because you said that the condition would leave the moment she left. So
You're just not frightened of things that aren't her, and she's not there.
yeah. So at that particular moment, yes, I'm still afraid of her, but I can kick an ostrich ass.
No, I'm just saying that probably influences your decision to keep the power on.
Yeah.
So you managed to stop her from doing whatever glittery shit is about to come out of her hands. But she sees you charging at her and she goes, "Fuck you! This is supposed to be my moment!" And she disappears up into the rafters.
So, real quick, storyteller. If you remembered, I had rolled pretty well on my devious scheme roll.
You did.
And getting that +10 lets me choose 2 things, done that at the same time. So the first thing I chose was to produce the right object, which was the pop brownies.
Right.
I have one more choice left.
You do?
And if I may, I would like to appear right behind someone at a crucial moment.
You have absolutely got that ability. However, I am going to take another move that has been building since MJ attempted to speak to the spirits.
Oh.
I have just been holding on to it. At this point, everybody, excluding the artist formerly known as Event Horizon, who has an ability that changes this, is now stuck to the stage with some sort of glittery magic.
I don't care for this shit at all.
I don't care for this at all either. What do I roll to make it not?
This will all be a Defy Disaster, but it'll all take you a turn to get out of it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. I guess we're just going to roll for it.
Yep.
What skills are that?
Defy Disaster is any one you want to do, but you do have to
Okay.
justify why you used that skill.
Okay. I'm gonna use spirit.
Let's see. I got an 8 to use daring. I'm just going to rip myself out of this magic. I'm very strong.
Okay.
I got a 9 and I used spirit for obvious reasons.
All right. So
I have a question. Is this like holding our clothes in place, or is it because I've still got all like the clothing crap on from
if you want
Zanny?
to shed the clothing to get out of it, I will take that. That would be hilarious.
Okay, yeah, because I want to use one of my I took one of my playbook moves. I took doesn't work unless I basically burn through commandments, and that really hasn't happened. And so I was going to kind of hope I could maybe use one of my playbook moves by basically turning my back on one of my commandments now, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah. So do I need to roll to get out of this then?
Nope.
The clothing? Okay.
It doesn't work.
So cool. I will shed my clothing then.
Okay.
I think at that moment, following that idea, seeing Janelle like basically start stripping down, I'm gonna like take off my combat boots. So I'm just gonna be like full on pause at this point, and I'm gonna use like my agility to basically bounce off the walls to get at Sandy.
Okay. And what was that roll on Defy Disaster?
Oh, hold on.
Also, both MJ and John, you have both taken a condition because it was a conditional success, and I think that's the easiest way to do this. And I will either give you angry or hopeless, depending on which one you feel works better.
6-2 plus 1 is 8.
I'll
Okay.
take angry.
You are going to also
I will also take angry.
get out of it, and
Mhm.
your options on your conditions are angry or hopeless.
Oh, I've just been building up my feralness, so this just puts me up there.
Okay.
So that puts me at 4.
I actually want to do something. I'm going to use one of my moves, which is fanatical self-sacrifice.
Okay.
I'm going to use that to take Dare's condition
Okay.
onto myself. So I'm then going to. I know you said you took angry, but I already took that one for myself. So I'm going to mark that as hopeless.
Okay.
Which, because of fanatical self-sacrifice, it's only a -1 for me, and I also mark an experience, which gives me 3.
Great. Which means there are things you get to do. I think the most common one people do at this point is take another move, because some of the other stuff that you can do is get a new playbook, and
Yeah.
that would get complicated at this point.
And what's cool about me being at 4th level feral is I get to transform.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So when that happens, because normally I could go in and out, and I've been like at this like mid-stage point because I like the cool aesthetic of it. Now this whole entire thing has been making me more and more angry as the show went on, and I go like full on beast. So my teeth are larger, like my ears have like kind of grown out and back a bit. My tail's wagging, and like I just got full on claws going for me right now. And I get to roll daring, well, my plus daring, and if I get a mix, I get 1, and if I get a 10 plus, I get 2.
Okay. Also, just as a warning, John, you are what is known as staggered.
Is that another condition, or
No, it's at 4 conditions you hit incapacitated.
okay? So the move that I took is Last Stand, which is actually convenient for the number of conditions I took, because now I can roll. I can roll plus the number of conditions I have instead of my daring stat, which is now -1. So I basically take no penalties for this. Yay!
Yay!
Except
Okay.
for I'm staggered.
Sorry, I missed the... Charlie.
So I rolled 2 5s, so it's a 10 plus 1, so it's an 11.
Okay.
So I got 2 choices. One that I went with was I'm at harmony with my beast, and I make clear conditions. So I'm kind of feeling myself. I'm not afraid of
Clear the
Fish God.
frightened
Yeah.
condition.
I've cleared that, and I've also taken the pain is nothing to me. So
Damn.
ignore the next time you would be staggered while transformed.
Okay. Great. Corey, I missed how you were getting out of this. You're on mute, babe.
Sorry, children. I was trying to figure that out because so many moves here.
The first roll is just a defy disaster roll to get out of the glitter sludge.
Right, I just wasn't sure which one to add to that.
Fair. I mean, you actually have a string on Zandy, and so you could attempt to talk her down. At which point,
Using
heart or spirit.
Yeah. Where? Sorry, I'm trying to find where that is.
So, I'm just because at the beginning we put strings between you two, so you have a string.
Right, but okay.
And it just adds to your roll.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out where that information was, that's all. This is 9.
Okay, so if you rolled a 9, you have a +1, which makes it a full success. So you don't have to take a condition here to get out of it.
It was. Sorry, that was plus the heart.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying the string
Okay.
gives you an extra +1 on top of that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
That's why
yeah.
it's 10. And what would you like to say to Zandy as she hovers above the stage?
You don't have to do this.
Zandy goes, no one ever likes me. They always like everybody else. And I know I'm supposed to be confident in who I am, and I'm just supposed to be okay and do my own thing, but I just want it to work, god damn it. But she has stopped moving temporarily.
So you didn't have faith in us then?
She looks a little taken aback by that. Now that you are not all incapacitated by glitter sludge, what would you like to do about the uncertain, very upset woman in the rafters?
I think for Charlie at that moment, cousin full beast form and super feral, has pretty much just been stalking Sandy and is about to pounce the hell out of her.
Roll a fight.
Cool. I'm gonna stack a ferocious, so I may mark a condition to choose an additional option, even on a 6.
Great.
That is an 8.
Sweet.
Plus my daring is 9.
All right. So, she is going to create an opportunity for herself because you're not being very subtle about your approach on her. So you do get the jump on her, and she is going to take a condition. She is going to take guilty as her condition. And she is also going to create herself an opportunity by getting herself facing you.
Can you repeat that?
She is going, so both you and she get a condition going on here because it was a mixed success. So you inflict one on her, and she can create an opportunity, take an object, gain position, or gain a string as her.
You don't have a condition. I took yours.
No, you took Charlie's.
No,
Okay.
I took.
So
I took
she's just getting herself turned
You and
around
I were.
so that she can see you.
Oh, okay.
Because, look, I know it's not the best thing to do, but I thought, well, it doesn't matter. And she gets out a glittery kind of like whip type thing.
Mhm.
I'm going to make it work this year. You'll see. She's going to attack you.
Safe words, pomegranate.
And so, she sucks at attacking you, though. She now takes frightened.
Yay. I think at that moment I'm gonna tell her, if you don't want this to end badly, stand down, fully apologize to everyone, and go home. Or whatever consequence these people give you.
Okay. I'm trying to decide what to have you roll for that, because it's not really emotional support for her.
Entice?
Yeah, probably entice.
So what would I be adding? Like my wit, spirit,
Heart.
grace? Heart?
Heart.
Okay, cool. Good thing I got a +1 to that.
Can any of us help?
1.
Yes. You can.
Okay, I'd like to help then.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
if you, how helping works is if you succeed, you give them a +1.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
it's also an entice roll, though. Plus heart.
Yeah, because I got an 11.
Oh, then I don't need to help. Never mind.
Yeah.
You got this. You're fine. I was ready though.
Charlie's surprisingly competent despite how they look.
Sandy bursts into tears again, and this is the second time she's been in tears tonight.
Yes.
I just didn't know what to do. I thought I had everything I wanted, and then it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And then everybody told me I was so pretty, but nobody likes me. And she's just hysterical again.
I think at this moment I'm gonna offer up a hug in this very form. Like, do you want a hug? I don't know what you want. I'm asking for some consent, because I'm not going to like randomly hug someone. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna have like my arms out, like in a there. Like, do you want a hug?
She goes,
Yeah.
I always want a hug.
There you go.
Hugs. And so
And
now Charlie's just hugging this sobbing alien.
Yeah, it's all in my fur. I'm gonna have to spend my whole entire day at the groomers for this. I'm like, there. It's okay. Let's go back down on the main stage, and you can apologize to everyone, and we'll go from there.
While you're hugging this out, Janelle, your father goes, I don't care about this melodrama. This is ridiculous. Janelle, we're going home.
Oh, I have not moved from in between Janelle and her dad.
Okay.
So the the whole point of tearing off my clothing was to break my commandment on always cover your sinful body.
Okay.
So I took the conviction of people can see me as me.
Okay.
In place of that, and I want to rush at my father with my sword and use "Hear Me," which is I shout my conviction. I shout one of my convictions aloud in confrontation with those who hold a contrary belief, because he obviously does not believe that people should see me as me.
Okay.
So I get a plus +1 on my daring, and then I guess if I just have to. I don't know. I guess it's like a confrontational thing, but like you get to ask him questions.
Okay. Roll a fight.
I mean, is that okay? If you want this to be over, I will gladly just like butt stock him with the
We're having
hilt.
an emotional climax, guys.
Ward is 100% prepared to back up Janelle if she needs it.
So I rolled a 9, 10, 11.
Oh no, you don't need it. No, you fine.
No.
So I got a 10 plus, which means I get to ask him 2 questions. Which is
Question 1: why are you such a dick?
Well, unfortunately, I think they have to be tied into my conviction that like people get to see me as me. So let me see. What do you think? Does it cost you to follow? So I guess one of my questions is, what does it cost him to follow, or it's weird, quite weirdly. What does it cost you to follow that belief? So yeah, what does it cost him to follow the belief that people shouldn't be allowed to see me as me? And I guess, why does he think he must follow that belief? So I guess they're kind of the same question. The third one's kind of worded weird, so that's why I'm not doing it. So
Okay. You rush at him with your sword. It gets right up to his throat. He looks startled, like he's never expected this. He's never seen this side of you. You've always been rather, like, meek comparatively, despite the fact that you are clearly rebelling against his authority. And he's like,
Back before you get rolling on that, since I don't need to use my appearance on Zandy, I'm going to appear behind the spotlight operator and just shine a spotlight on this
I
interaction.
love you so much. Brilliant.
unfortunately, Janelle is got glitter all over her and is naked right now because I did use the got out of the clothes to, yeah. So
And
that makes me the person like,
he's like stunned by this.
go ahead.
He's like and he's blinking at the spotlight that's suddenly on him and the sword. He's like, I wanted to make sure you had a good life, and it's hard for you to live a good life if you're outside the norm, and I didn't want that for you, and I really wasn't sure how to help you with that, and also I have struggle explaining my emotions to people. That's why I'm shouting.
Dads.
Well, that much was obvious, but it wasn't killing me to be me. And if it hurt you, I'm not sorry for that either, because it's not your life to live.
It's like, I just wanted you to be safe, and he goes, I don't know what to do at this point. At this point, Alistar shows up. He's like, I have some dad advice.
And that's fuck you. I'm her dad now.
Yes, that, but also, we don't do this. Any of this. So, would you like to work out your aggression? I have some weapons. I can, like, hit stuff with you while you tell me why you can't express your feelings.
Yeah, Space Dad's real great with feelings.
He goes, and I also definitely have no pot brownies. Your dad's just kind of defeated by this. He's like, is this on television?
Is it?
Zalbador goes, it's our new performance piece! Chrysalis! And it's definitely on television. All the nudity, all the yelling, all of the space dad.
Oh no.
Ward is gonna turn to Janelle. Hey, are you good, or do you want my jacket? Are you good?
I can also summon a bolt of cloth.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna be like, whoop. Cover up my chest and my arm and be like, okay, well, I'm glad that people can't see me.
Ward takes off their jacket and just drapes it over Janelle and tries to cover her up as best as they can.
Thanks. Thank you.
Also, Sandy has taken the condition smitten with Charlie. As all of this is happening, she waves her hand, and this swirling, sparkly, like, very set the mood kind of sparkle goes all around the stage. And this is clearly her expression of magic, and she's sort of trying to apologize, but it's not, like, a real apology yet. It's just, I'm helping! And with this climactic moment, this is the beginning of the 203rd Star Rivals, with our very first performance from the Nudists, entitled Chrysalis. Next up will be Ergo Sum and their cultural demonstration of various martial arts, now featuring Janelle's dad.
Working out his feelings.
Yeah, it's the dad bod sword show. Like,
Yes. Yes. Lawful Evil will be presenting last, as their presentation will take, they assure us, at least 100 hours.
No. Do not want.
However, for Baby Geniuses performance this year, we will feature a magical apology. Dare and Maeve, what would you like to contribute to Zandy's apology?
All I can think of is like stuffed animals dancing across the stage.
Yes! Maeve.
Well, I had this elaborate scheme, but that's fine. The pollen, glow-in-the-dark pollen that has been manipulated to make shapes and forms and pretty flexes and stuff.
Okay. Zandy gets down from the rafters. Charlie, you're covered in glitter. Just covered. You're on mute, dear.
I am? Okay.
There you go.
And because I'm like covered in fur, it's gonna be there for like ever, years until I'm still finding glitter. It's gonna be great.
And Sandy gets down and goes, I guess this is it. And for some reason, let me see if she can actually do this. And she can. She bursts into song. And during this time, she sings about all the things she was afraid of and all the things that worried her about being the leader of this band and all the terrible fears and insecurities that lead to making decisions, trying to rig something and trying to prove that somebody is worse than you are. In her case, AC Demo Crazy.
Yeah.
And she reaches out for Maeve and Dare and says, in the language of song, because I did not prepare a song for this, said, you were both trying to be my friends, and I betrayed that. And you are the real stars of this. And you deserve this chance to shine more than I do. And she leaves you in the middle of the stage to show off what you can do. And if no one else has anything, AC Demo Crazy finishes the performance with with thunderous applause and says, "It's never boring. It's Star Rivals." And at the end, Azhar comes up to Charlie and goes, "Hey, so you want to get out of here?"
Wait, who's asking me this again?
Space
The
Fish
Fish
Lady.
Queen.
Just yes, but I also want to bring someone else extra, and I want to grab Zandy's hand as well and bring him along.
Azhar's like, "Okay, I mean, we got to talk about how you like injured my fish first, though."
Let's do that over drinks. Let's do that over drinks. This is a happy goodbye. This is a happy goodbye.
And the artist formerly known as Event Horizon As the lights die down, you're left in a single spotlight in front of the curtain. And you say, I have done this before, and I'll do it again. And you disappear, leaving a single rose falling. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this romp. I hope everyone had a good time. It was a lot of fun to storytell it.
Yay!
I really liked that conclusion. I want to shout out the creator of this because it's a really good storytelling platform to give villainy and also cathartic endings for people. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. I had a lot of fun building this. So I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and any projects they want to, again, at the end for anybody who missed them at the beginning, and we will sign off. So, Raven.
I can do this awkwardly again. I am Raven on Discord. I am Ivy Raven on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me at @ Ivy Raven on Twitter. It is the best place to interact with me and find out what I am doing. This will be airing Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Friday.
So following day, so tomorrow when this will be airing, you can catch me on McStabber Studios playing a vampire in a Learner Vampire the Masquerade one-shot. I think I have a game of Vampire that's a continuing campaign that night. It's on a different Twitch channel, but like I said, it's easier to find where I'm at playing if you just follow my Twitter.
Good advice. John.
Hi, yeah, once again, John. You can still mostly find me on TikTok at The History Wizard because I don't really use any social media because TikTok takes up all of my free time. There's so many of you people now. When this airs, because this is coming out on Friday, the 9th episode of my podcast, Jenna Story, we agreed to do this, will be out where MJ and I will be talking about Avatar The Last Airbender. So find us on Spotify for that. Thanks. This was awesome. I love you all.
Awesome. And MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange, a member of the Certain Point of View Network. You can catch me on 4 of my podcasts by going to certainpov.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at iHoardLibraries.
Corey.
I'm Unconscious Celestial, pretty much on all platforms: TikTok, Tumblr, Twitter, Twitch. So if you want to follow me on any of those, feel free. I'm not doing a whole lot right now, but after the holidays and the new year, I'm probably going to start streaming again. So
Small plug. It's a lot of fun to hang out with her when she's streaming. So, bother her into doing more. Anyways, Norman.
Yes, my name's Norman. Secret's out. Can't take your children now. I'm mainly on the Discords. Again, I'm terrorizing people's food channels because comedy from my end. I have a Twitch. It's just my name, Norman Lambert 45. I'm working through my catalog of games that I have. At some point, I'll get around to actually streaming those. Anyway, that was fun. It was great to be the Beast, although I didn't do much. It's fine.
You beat the final boss.
I know, right?
By making them fall in love with you, you didn't do much.
You introduced the pop brownies.
Exactly. That's all I need. That's all I needed. But thank you all. And yes, find me mostly on Twitch there, or in Discord mainly, terrorizing people. And so good night. I need a nap because I've been up since like 5 a.m.
Velvet, take us out.
Thank you all so much for joining us for an awesome show off of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I can't wait for the full thing to come out now. I use fair pronouns. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar, mainly on the Bird app and Twitch for now. Besides that, you can find me on the Stories of a Broken Sun and Flight Risk podcasts. If you're here, you already know about Deep Magic, hopefully. If not, please go check that out. And that's most of what I'm doing for now.
And I, as always, am Spectra Lafette on most social media platforms. That's French for Ghost at the Party, in case you're confused. You can follow us on YouTube at Archives of the Dragon. Give us a follow over there. You can finally subscribe to us on Twitch. We have hit affiliate. I'm so pleased with that. So by the time this comes up, you'll be able to do that. You can also join our Discord, which will be in the chat for anybody who wants to hang out with us or participate in one-shots like this. I put the casting calls in our Discord so that I can hang out with the people who support us, which is great. Deep Magic will be back on January 22nd. And in the meantime, we should be airing a series of various epilogues of things that happened after our insane cliffhanger and Laurel decided to raise an army. So yeah, join us.
We like them already.
Anyways, thanks so much. And as always, we love you. Bye.